come hither, I'm sexy most of the time. Usually it's I'm terrifying, do what I say. I know your deepest, darkest secrets.
I'm so glad I caught that on
I
recording.
will tell everyone.
So glad I caught it on recording. I just launch up OBS with everything and run the intro and come back with audio, and all I hear is "I'm sexy" or something. I don't know. Just it's the first thing that bursts out. All right.
Perfect.
Cool. So, unless you guys want to talk about, anything else, how was everybody? How was your week? Some of us went on a 2-week hiatus, so unless somebody wants to talk about that, we can get started. I'll give inspiration to whoever wants to do a session recap. Also helps me see what sort of notes you guys have going on.
Bueller?
Before I try doing this, how do you do that Gmail thing where you do like Google?
All right, I'm back.
Google Docs.
Google Docs. You go on Google and you just type in DOCS, and the first link called the Google Docs should be what you need to put. You can create like a document by clicking the little button on the lower right there, the little plus sign, and it will create a new document.
All right, just so I don't lose any of my crap again.
So Nick, you were away from the table, I guess. I said I'm gonna give inspiration to whoever wants to do like a session recap. If you want to hop in on that.
I already have inspiration, but can I get inspiration and give it to somebody?
Sure.
I can give a recap. Short recap.
Fucking do it, my boy.
All right.
I'm testing you.
Started
Though.
last.
Don't be
We
shy.
started last session at the arena, where we talked with the Maroon 5, Maroon 6. The Vermilion seems to be predisposed to violence, towards violence. The Vermilion 6 seem to be. It seems like their inclinations are leaning more and more towards violence. There's an arcane shop called Gilmore's Mini Mart, owned by Shaw Gilmore, famous sorcerer who helped fend off a dragon. I think this was like a trivia thing added. Zeno beats up a woman in public. It is not illegal to wear symbols of the betrayer gods in this city. Prolix was stalking us. He reveals that he suspects he's being framed as a spy within the Allegiance. His satchel was stolen and someone placed a magic ring with ruidium in it in his pocket. An item from Cameroon that should have been recorded, and I have donated, but I don't think that's the correct word.
Yeah, archived. Somewhere
Does someone-
stored.
Archived, that's a better word, yeah.
Stored in a safe place.
1 ounce of ruidium can be substituted for 500 gold pieces of spell components. Prolix recommends we report the ring to Keem, his friend who records all findings from Cameroon.
Can someone explain to me why in Nick's notes it says Riot has drugs?
Because Riot does have drugs. Well, technically they're Melina's bag now.
Melina's got drugs.
In the
Yeah.
bag of holding. So the bag of
I think that
holding
was
has
from
drugs.
2 sessions ago.
That was from last session.
Oh, is that the Sood?
Yeah, I got sued.
It's the skooma.
Scooby snacks.
We learned a lot about the fighters who are in the pit, and then got a chance to size them up. So we gained some information about that, and then there was a lot of that. We spent a lot of time in there.
And Milo, we that decrepit kind of wretch of a guy that was throwing stones in the cage at the sandworm turned out to be of Lycan, not through the same ritual Zeno went through. probably more natural. And he had a smell of the sewers, which indicates that there is a sewer system here. So that might be something we can look into as well. Go through the sewers, check for goblins and ghouls.
Yeah. Like Lorian mentioned, Prolix thinks he's being framed and all this stuff, and his friend Keem, who runs antiques and such and stuff that's pulled out of the pit and everything down to Kalmara, was like inventoried, so we're gonna go talk to them, or him, or her. Can't remember. Her?
Kim is a he.
He. And go from there and see what he has to offer. But Prolix does give us all of our like medallions and badges for the Allegiance of All Sight, so we're a part of them now. So we have some really cool, flashy stuff.
Time to get a haircut.
Yep.
Tom
Oh,
got
I
a
did.
haircut. That's in my notes now.
There will be a test.
Good job, Tom.
I did it all by myself.
Your hair in a really long time.
Mm-hmm. Does everybody feel like they're filled in, details-wise? Except for my haircut?
Can someone give me a little bit more details about like what was up with Prolix? And then I saw Nick in your notes that there was something about the ring spoke to like Elysian.
Elixion.
Spoke to the ring or something?
Yeah, so so we had a bunch of stuff going on at the end. I identified the ring, and I could hear Elixion's voice through it because it had ruidium in it, and it was kind of the substance. If you remember when we were back at the shrine in Betrayer's Rise, we woke up with spitting that water out. He was just saying the same thing, like "Don't forget me," all this stuff. So it's somewhat tied to him through the ruidium. We did identify it. It has some pretty cool properties. No one has attuned to it yet, and it's up to people, whatever they want to do with it. Right now I'm holding on to it. But and when I was identifying it, Riot was casting Detect Magic, and you could see the magic, like tendrils of, magic weave and everything in the air. It was like grasping and clasping like onto Melina when she was like identifying it, like it was pulling her in.
It was like reaching up to her as if like mentally like touching her. That's how Melina heard the voice. So there's might be some sentient to this ring in a way, but no one's attuned to it to find out.
Does anyone have open attunement slots? Because I currently have 3.
I do. Riot does. Hey, Riot has no issue talking to some random sentient thing. I mean, he had the cursed blade. He doesn't mind. But Riot is also very skeptical of ruidium and is slightly nervous about it because doesn't really know much about it right now.
Very powerful, but at what cost?
Batman.
Fuck, maybe it does make you Batman. I don't know.
I said Catman, not Batman. I forgot what it actually did.
It does a lot of stuff. There's a handout for it.
I mean, if you leave it long enough in his palms, I mean, it's shiny enough, he'll probably focus on enough to attune to it. So, I mean, if you guys need a scapegoat, Riot's probably a perfect scapegoat for this one.
It's fine if someone has it. It's, we'll need to kind of like... Well, no, you can always remove it and shit like that, so never mind.
Zen, are you sure you don't want it?
I mean, I'll wear it. I feel like none of us should really put it on if given everything we've seen about our what the hell are they called? Rune 6. What do you call them? The enemies, the counterpart.
Rivals.
They have nothing about ruidium though has affected them.
They're part of the consortium now. They've definitely been exposed to the ruidium. I believe that. And look at how far gone they are now.
No. But what I'm saying is, how do you know that they are corrupted by ruidium. Like, what evidence is there that they've actually been corrupted by it?
I don't have a document of every interaction each one of them has come across with ruidium. I'm making a bold assumption. If you're part of the consortium of the dream in some way, somehow, you're more than likely going to get exposed to it. Look at Zag. Look at Neem. Is it Neem, right? The other Tabaxi lady?
Yeah.
That had that necklace? Neem. Now all of the members of the Maroon 6, except for Galceriad, right? We haven't seen him. But the rest of
Galceriad
them
has been near it.
has been...
Galceriad has been next to Neem.
Their demeanor is off. Something about them is very different. And maybe it is just because they're joining the consortium. But
I think it's a good hypothesis.
I mean, I think it's only fair to assume consortium loves ruidium. They join the consortium. I'm just adding 2 plus 2 here,
Which is 5, right?
which is definitely 5.
Gotcha.
In this time and age.
What I will say, just out of character, about the ring does basically the exact same, like the initial feats do the exact same thing as your hood. The exact same thing.
Well,
It has other benefits though too.
reason I was asking if Zena would want to wear it is because it lets you deal more damage per hit, and he does get more attacks than me, than anyone else, I think, in the party. But I mean, I'm willing to wear it if he doesn't want to.
Where's this ring at? Let me see it.
The ring. of
You
Red
can breathe
Fury.
underwater, and you gain swing speed equal to your walking speed. Then, as a bonus action, you can use this ring to gain the following benefit: at least last 1 minute until you're incapacitated. Advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you hit with an attack, you can add your proficiency bonus to the roll damage. And difficult terrain does not cost extra movement. And you're immune to paralyzation and restraint conditions.
Is it
That's
in the
It's a ring of red fury.
Yeah, it's towards the middle-ish bottom.
that bonus to damage really is the more attacks you have, the better that benefit would be. But I mean, even with my only having 1 attack per turn, it's something.
where do you see you get bonus? I don't see that in here.
It's the second one of ruidium.
When you attack, you can add your proficiency bonus to what?
To the damage roll.
To the damage, yeah.
Oh, every attack you get the bonus. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
For
So you
1
hit someone
minute.
with a crossbow, if you do 10 damage total, add another 3.
Well, Julian, you also can get an attack with your offhand, and Riot also can use his bonus action to actually do another attack as well.
Not if I cast a spell with my attack.
True.
It has
Well, I
benefits
mean, why
really good
wouldn't
for
it?
everybody.
It works for everybody.
It's just if someone wants to give something up, or if
I have
someone
2
has
free
a free
slots.
slot.
The only thing I am attuned to currently is... What am I attuned to? Magic items. Scroll. Actually, I don't think I'm
You have
attuned
a
to
ring of
anything.
protection.
Oh, Ring of Protection. That's all I'm attuned to.
So let me ask the group, aside from the magical powers and the temptation
Angels.
of ruidium here, are you interested to find out if this ring has sentience? Besides all the other properties. And knowing there's a risk with ruidium, like why else would you want to tempt putting on this ring?
Sometimes it's just better to learn from trial and error and see what it does have to offer. Maybe the benefits are great, but it's also up to us to decide how much we want to sacrifice.
The identify
For
spell
ourselves.
also identifies if an object has sentience or not.
No, but there's no sentience then.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
Right. Don't you also have the Eyes of the Eagle? Or was that someone else?
that does no. That's
Xeno's wearing it for
Zeno,
now.
But but
Oh,
it
oh.
doesn't require attunement as well as
Batman.
the other goggles I have.
I'm
Don't require
Batman.
attunement either.
Yeah.
Both of our goggles.
Say that right. What doesn't require attunement for you?
Your goggles and my goggles don't require attunement.
What goggles are you wearing?
I can see an extra 60 feet in darkness.
Oh, goggles of night.
Goggles of the scout.
Goggles of night.
Oh, goggles of night.
Nate, same thing. We're talking about the same thing.
Oh yeah, goggles of the night.
I'll-
Yeah.
To test the waters here, sure, I'll hand over the manta ray cloak to put on this ring. I mean, I just really worry about what it can do, and I don't want any of you to get stuck in a situation where you're corrupted or have a malicious intent. So I'll do that. I feel like I'd feel more comfortable taking on that burden if there is a burden, and if there is no burden, then perhaps we can figure out, maybe a final home for this thing. But regardless, we still have to go to the Allegiance of All site there and look this ring up. I mean, we can't just necessarily steal it, right? I imagine we'd want to return it somehow. Obviously, we don't want to implicate Prolix, but what about that? Or were you planning on?
Yeah,
keeping
we don't want
it
to
forever?
we don't want to implicate Prolix. But so when we go and talk to Keen, where do we want to say that we got this ring from?
Well, we don't say. We just need to look at the records. We don't need to tell them that we have it. We'll just say we're looking for the records. We'd like to know where this came from. A ring that was pulled out of whatever shape and size, and see what the books say.
And if he asks us where we got it from?
Why would he know we
won't
have
know.
it though?
Yeah, you won't know that we have it.
Oh, you're saying
Would-
just ask for records about this item, but don't even mention that we have it.
Say
Yeah.
we heard about it.
If Prolix gave us this person's name, it means that this person is very trusted, and then if anything was to come up, and if this person did seem genuinely interested, I mean,
He
it's a
was
good
Prolix's
place.
friend.
Yeah, it's someone who we might be able to trust as long as Prolix thinks that. We'll just need to kind of keep a lower profile, but just need to inquire first, ask questions.
This is all at nighttime still. This isn't morning, correct?
Correct.
I hear a bird chirping, says otherwise.
Overall, well, yeah, we got to go figure out what the records say about this ring. I still don't know how I feel about keeping it. If this is stolen, we should return it.
But return it where?
The
Because
other-
that means somebody
I
will
don't
know that
know.
we're trying to track it
Agreed.
down. I think we should
Agreed.
hold on to it.
Agreed
The other-
that it could open up channels we don't want open. I'm not saying we return it right away. I'm saying that it would be in good nature to return a lost item to its home.
This item
It-
might also link to the wearer, though. What I wanted to point out is that if somebody was wearing this ring for a certain amount of time, they'll have a ring spot on their finger, depending on where they wore it. It's also a good giveaway. So by keeping on to this, we can use this as leverage against the person and make a accusation, or have more of a backing. As long as we find the records and we can get the information that we have, where it was extracted, anything like that we can find, it'll be better ammo for us.
Also, we don't want to give back the ring if there is a corruption or a leak in the Allegiance of All side, because then we don't know where the ring might go. That's the other fear, is if we give something that is Viridian back to Allegiance, and there is a mole or a rat who's handing this stuff out, and perhaps going to the Consortium, we don't want this ring back into their hands. It is a dangerous item.
It also means that the person, whoever planted said item, will know that we're tracking them and that we're actively pursuing this. It's better to work in the shadows right now.
I don't disagree with that. I think that we are in agreement that the timing of everything is important. And returning the ring right now is not the right time. I absolutely agree with you.
at the end, if we do find the perpetrator and everything else, then I would say yes. Then we'll give it back to the Allegiance and see, because this rightly belongs to them unless they have, something else. But for the meantime, we can learn from it, experience it firsthand, since we haven't had such a thing to actually truly understand it. It's up for someone to bind with it and bond, or we just leave it as is. But I'm not opposed to it if someone was to take the time and bond with it.
I'll put the damn thing on.
What are you gonna give up then?
I'll take off the manta ray cloak, since it could be used elsewhere. Spread the wealth to the team.
Take the cloak, Ryan. Dive into the water.
Riot already is wearing a cloak. You can't wear two.
Take the other one off.
Riot loves being able to change his outfit too much.
I'll wear the manta ray cloak.
You guys can do whatever. Doesn't matter where it goes.
Does it take
We
an
have
achievement
it.
slot?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you know,
It does on the-
Will, you can wear two cloaks if you really want. So nothing's stopping you from wearing one on top
Oh,
of the
I
other.
wasn't sure if it looked if you could or couldn't.
Fashion-wise, we will be judging you.
I mean, fashion-wise, I make all my clothes look the same, so you can't tell if I'm wearing two cloaks technically.
Well, then you should be good. All right.
I'm calling the police.
Fashion police.
Yes.
I have a
This
cloak of
man.
many fashions, though, so I could always turn into the fashionable anybody. I can hide my appearance and everything with it. It's fantastic. But before we do any of this, would we have a chance to go off to Gilmore's in the morning? There's two items that I would look for to buy quickly before we start the day, and if we have time to go tonight, it'd be fantastic, because I would like to attune to an item, if he has it.
Weren't we supposed to go see Irving tonight?
No.
Or was that tomorrow?
I feel like
Nothing-
promises were made.
Nothing with
Or-
Irving that I think recall.
Wasn't
We
Riot?
did make plans, but
Make
then we
plans?
got stalked by
Oh.
Prolix. It's too late now. Probably already left the.
He's just stood him up.
Guess it's up to
wor-
Riot.
Somebody
Sorry,
wanted to be up.
emergency came up.
What?
I mean, if he asked, we could say, "Sorry, an emergency came up. We were being stalked," and it would be the truth.
My headset died for a second. I think I missed something.
Was this like a quick meetup with Irving? Like, I don't recall it.
Oh no, this was Riot asked Irvin about a place for drinks. It wasn't scheduled tonight. We just asked where he drinks often.
Okay.
That's all it was inquired, was where does he go to drink? Because Riot will want to go and have a drink with Irvin.
I think it was implied we were gonna go see him tonight.
Well, I mean, if
Well-
it's applied, Riot does mind going. You just want to swing by Gilmore.
Well, it's kind of late.
Yeah. I would say we just do Gilmore's in the morning. We've already spent most of the day doing everything
is
else. I
dusk
remember
only.
it was.
We stood him
Tom.
up. It's okay. It's not the end.
I want to establish something just for my own sanity's sake. Does any single one of you in the party 100% sure that they made plans with Irvin?
No.
No.
Is this everybody pointing a finger at somebody who was in this room, but not specific somebody, saying that somebody in this room made plans with Irvin?
What?
No.
So everybody in the party agrees that they, the individual, did not make plans with Irvin.
Hi.
Okay, cool. Just for my
I just asked where he drinks.
Right.
That's all I asked.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because somebody's saying like, oh, it was implied that we made plans with Irvin, and I'm sitting here like, how can it be
I was
implied if nobody here is saying I made plans with Irvin?
No,
You know?
I brought it up because I wanted to make sure we weren't missing something, because I know that there was a question asked at some point about getting together with Irving. I just didn't know if there was a specific timing to it.
No, none at all.
No.
Just where he goes to drink.
Cool. Tom, are you good if we say that I used the Song of Rest there during the short rest in the arena?
Sure.
Cool. Then I'll roll a d6 then.
Also, because Tom asked,
4.
although it looks like we still have some more things maybe to do tonight, but Riot, did you want to go camping with Nia again in the middle, or did you rather get rooms with the rest of the gang at the Harry Mongoose?
I'll stay
Oh.
here with Prolix because I'm worried about him.
You're staying in my. Do you have a sleeping bag? I'm not sharing a bed with 3 people.
I don't need to
Get his
share a
own
bed.
room.
I'm okay with sleeping on the floor.
Great.
I have my own bedroll.
Nia has lots of money. She doesn't mind getting herself her own room.
Actually, you guys have free rooms now, kind of. Actually, I don't
Really?
know if you want to sleep there.
When
We have
when
your
did
room.
that happen?
You can sleep at the Allegiance of All site, like their quarters.
Correct.
But
We
you
became
guys
official
are
members.
you
Forgot
guys
to
there? Or are
mention
you
that.
guys?
Correction, you cannot
guys
sleep in
very
the
good
Legion's
with
Fall
that.
site. They don't have quarters. They don't have any lodgings at their headquarters. You can present your badge anywhere in Corral to get free lodging and food.
Oh, anywhere?
Alright, flash your badge then.
So I can just get free lodging. Cool.
Stay at a ritzy place.
If you
Live it up, girl.
if you decide to join the Legion's Fall site, that is. It's
Yeah.
not just an empty gesture, yeah.
Of course. Yeah. So
Right.
even at that, like, Nia has something. I think she has like 1,200 or 1,500 gold left, so I'm not worried about it. But if Riot's gonna stay with Prolix, then Nia will just get her own room at wherever Melina and Zeno and Jillian are staying, which I think is the Harried Mongoose, unless that's changed.
It's where you are currently.
I know before the night's end, I'm going back to the library to read up on Zahir and then share my information with everyone. But then if everyone's staying in one place, it might
I
just be
thought you already got
all
it
the way
done.
back. I'm saying before we were going to rest, I was going to say I'm going to go to the library before night's end and read, and then it just depends on where we were going to pick up the session also.
Oh yeah, I thought we were gonna pick up session after you've done that. You went, Zeno went to the smithy,
Then I'll say I did
find
that
out
then.
stuff. It's like just evening activities. You go and pick up a book, read about Zahir, and come back to the other room. Party
Okay, that's
sort
fine.
of.
I'll just say I did that.
Yeah.
That's easier.
Yeah.
If we still have time to make it, we can go to Gilmore's. I'd say that's probably about the end of the day. We'll have to get rested up and then try to track down this Zahir dude tomorrow morning. See the places that he frequents.
God did say that we would have time tonight.
God.
I mean, if we want to go tonight, then we can. It's not very often we're going to meet someone with such a
Anthony, who did you just roll natural
Profound
20
place.
with your crossbow with? Are you just shooting Prolix in the face?
It was testing. Yeah, I'm just testing this ring and I fire a crossbow somewhere in the room. Oh, my bad. My bad, everyone.
Whoopsie, natural 20 hits everyone.
You wasted the natural 20!
What else is new?
No, maybe he was secretly aiming it at Melina because he figured out that she's half demon.
She's
Yeah,
the
holding
BBG of
grudges
snipping.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, me.
I have a secret hate loathing for Melina now.
Come at me, bitch.
All right.
Grandpa,
So,
this is Mama.
where's the party heading? If they're not settling in for the night?
Gilmore's for now, I guess.
Cool.
Prolix, you want to come with us?
You might want to leave him here just in case he's
Yeah.
not tailed.
He can come with you guys if you guys want to tag
He
along.
might be safer with us. If he got ambushed on the streets, who to say he won't get ambushed in his room?
Progs, what do you want to do?
I would prefer to be alone. I'll come with
Alright,
you.
let's go.
All right, cool.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just making a stack of traveling companions.
I want to be alone, so I'll come with you.
No, I said I did. I
said
said
he
he
doesn't
does
want to.
not want to be
I
alone.
thought
Yeah.
he said he did want to be alone.
This
No.
was the
Oh.
accent.
I heard he wanted to be alone too.
I'll get cut off a little bit. All right, cool. So Gilmore's will be over yonder on the map. You guys travel all the way from the Harried Moongoose across the River District canals to the International District right next to the Skyport, which would push you here, traveling from west to east.
Is this
Oh,
place
yeah.
different from Gilmore's Mini Mart, or did we change the name?
It's the same place.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Also, before it becomes a problem, I want to say that I am wearing, I don't know, some sort of gloves or something. So the ring is underneath mundane gloves.
You have gloves?
Not outwardly. I'll pick some up on the walk over here.
Sure. Spend a couple coppers on a pair of gloves. Nothing too fancy. Pretty bare cloth. Gilmore's Glorious Goods is a shop located on the western side of the International District, which you enter now. Even from here, you can see a few of the sky ships trailing their brimstone blue behind them as they dock. This late in the evening, half the shops are closed, so hurrying along down the street, you pass by what looks to be a tavern's sort. So Gilmore's would be over here for you guys. You getting any pit stops along the way?
I don't need to do.
Okay.
Not me.
What you see as you make your way across the street is a smallish building with a purple tiled rooftop and a glorious sign that spells Gilmore's Glorious Goods of equal amazing presentation. Drapery of purple and blue and gold seems to ornament the shop, and past the veil is a bit of darkness with multicolored luminescence sort of sparkling through like distant stars.
Well, the shop fits the man, I guess. Spectacular in its looks and for everything that the man's done.
Right, we'll walk up to the doors and peer on in and see Galsariad and Sean Gilmore.
Within, you see the inside is as attacking on the eyes as the outside, as glamorous and as bold and vivid. A fuzzy carpet with purple ornaments, the floor like a rune circle of sorts. Different torchlight illuminates the room in this almost rainbow-like spectrum of multicolor. You see and recognize Galsariad at the front counter holding what looks to be some sort of a glass orb with swirling smoke within, and he's just about done paying the man at the front of the shop, who is a plump, sort of dark-skinned, ornamented in gold jewelry man with a neatly trimmed beard and moustache and slick, oiled, long black hair. His face is ornamented with a little bit of that mauve makeup above the eyes, and his nails are done in a luster of almost gem-like shine. And he smiles as I have visitors. How marvelous. Come here, darlings. Come and browse. I am Sean Gilmore, but surely you've heard. Come, don't be shy. I do not bite.
I'm gonna go the fuck in.
Right, just happily dances in.
Those of you who come into the shop, you see an area of baubles kept beneath glass cases, an enchantment table, an area of staves and wands and books and scrolls. For the sake of expediency, I'll even present the shop list of recently presented goods as Sean Gilmore greets you all and asks what it is that you're looking for, darlings.
I'm looking for a ring of spell storing, and I wasn't sure if you would be able to. You had an enchantment that would keep all the water off of me, or able to clean myself quite easily.
The latter's quite easy, darling. I have a gleaming enchantment for your cloak or armor that any stain, be it water, blood, your recent wine of the evening, will simply gleam off as soon as you reach open air. Of course, it is limited. If you are immersed in water, you will still be wet, for that is the limitation of such petty enchantments, but it is quite cheap and easily done. What were you looking to get enchanted?
I was looking for my cloak. If it doesn't, I have a cloak in many fashions. As long as it doesn't like take away that enchantment, I'd be very happy.
Ooh, one of mine, or perhaps acquired elsewhere.
I acquired from a mantis person called Rashid, but maybe he got it from you.
Does not ring bell. But, nonetheless, a charm of gleaming, quite a common thing, would cost you merely, let's settle on 50 gold pieces.
Well, I was also looking for the ring spell storing, and I didn't know if you had perhaps a bag of holding as well.
Bag of holding? No, that is too mundane, too boring. What I do have is a bag of holding. Ever heard? It is quite an ingenious contraption. It presents to you, this.
Oh, it keeps things. Chilled.
Should keep things cold for a few weeks at the very least. But it does have its own sort of dimension inside, so serves a similar purpose.
You can keep all your birds and your mice, all your little trophies.
I don't really hold on to trophies though.
Cat, are you?
I mean, I'm a druid. Not like I don't keep mice heads. How much was that?
As you guys are discussing, he turns back to Gossarid. Will help you all, darling? And Gossarid just says, yes. Nice seeing you all here. Have a good night. And he pockets the orb into his side satchel.
Before he leaves, can I do a quick inspection of him? Like, look over to see if he has anything new or something that is different about him?
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
I would also add to that, what did he buy? What was handed over the counter?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I'm looking for that as well.
Roll me an Arcana check. Perception-wise, Riot, the Elven Fae seems to still possess his staff that he's sort of using as a walking stick. Still the same sort of tattoo work around his arm, donating the graviturgy, dunamantic magic that he channels through a ring of focus, now sort of on his fourth finger of the left hand. That is sort of new, perhaps a new spell focus or something along the lines, something to aid him in his spellcasting. Melina and Anthony, there, Zeno, you are unfamiliar with the object in hand, but Melina, you can tell this is some sort of a scrying device. That's its purpose. Just sort of by the base of the orb features a little stand to which it can be put on a table or a flat surface, and ornamenting around it are different divination runes for some sort of a scrying spell or another.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of the charm for your cloak, it's 50 gold pieces if you want a gleaming charm, which will essentially guarantee that this piece of armor or whatever clothing will never get dirty, is the simple phrasing of the enchantment, be it wet or otherwise.
Okay, I'll do that, yeah. And I'll also get the Ring of Spell Storing for 1600.
You have that much gold.
I didn't use that much. I still had 2600.
Where do you have a
15,000.
I have 2600 still. I didn't go through all my money.
It's 16,000.
16,000.
Oh,
16,000.
16,000. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's expensive. I don't have that. I wanted a Ring of Spell Storing. God damn it.
That's 1,600 by one for each finger.
Oh, it was 1,600. Man.
I mean, we are looking to get something into the north when we go out into the desert. That's something else that'll help you. Just time will come. if you're looking
Well,
for
I
something
guess
else.
I can't get it then. Nothing else. That's what I was really needing.
If that is out of your pocket, darling, I do buy magic items, and I'm willing to trade one for the other, giving enough quality of said item. It is a rare thing, and I do not get such commodities often, so I must make profit off of them.
Well, we do have a level 5 summoning draconic spirit scroll.
He reflects intrigue.
Not sure how much that would help bring it down.
I see it.
Riot would gladly hand it over to let him see it.
Okay, so this is a 5th level spell?
Yes.
I would buy it off you for 2,500. It is genuine and a rare specimen. Where'd you get this?
Our group ventured into a very dangerous place called the Betrayer's Rise, and it was within one of the libraries that we ended up stumbling upon.
Betrayer's Rise. Roll me a persuasion check.
Not good at those. Persuasion.
I'm a
14.
somewhat of a fan of individuals who've put themselves last and put the world first. To put this out of the hands of whoever might come across it in Betrayer's Rise deserves a little bonus. And heroism and flattery will get you a long way, darling. How about 3,000? Seems more keen about acquiring the object.
Well, we did hear about how much you've done for the world in Taldori with the Conclave and everything like that. Well, we're hoping to be some adventurers that will accomplish something similar as you have.
You're precious. To be young and as... what's the word I'm looking for? Not negative. Positive toward the future. Optimistic.
Optimistic.
I like your enthusiasm. So, but who will be? Are you selling it for 3,000?
Yeah, he would. Ryan wouldn't try getting any more because he'd probably lose an extra bit. Yeah, he would sell for 3,000.
Okay. Should go a long way toward any credit in his shop.
What did you just sell?
The spell scroll Ryan had.
I sold spell scroll.
The draconic spirit.
You can see he takes a scroll off your hands, and once you've decided to let it go, he acquires like a scroll case, a gilded thing, a tube that opens in half, and he carefully puts the scroll within and keeps it, and then puts the whole thing into a micro dimension. He just kind of slices the air with his finger and unfolds. You can see the air itself seems to open up into a micro dimension that jingles with coins and other trinkets, and just shoves it in there and closes it with his hands. Marvelous.
Julian will also step up and say, I have a ring I'd like to sell also from Betrayer's Rise as well, and he'll take off the ring of Gloaming Deep.
Ooh. I can sense the evil coming of this. This is a thing of the betrayers. Better keep it safe. I'll see to it delivered to the Cobalt Soul Archives for destruction. But I suppose a reward is due for you. The gloaming, that's a darkness spell, so that will be 2nd level. Putting it at 1,000 gold pieces.
This is a rare item. I think it's worth more than 1,000 gold pieces.
Rule persuasion. Ruling that persuasion, yeah? He seems adamant on staying
I'll
with
use
1,000
my,
gold pieces.
I'll use my inspiration on this.
Wow. You want that money.
I do.
Persuasion has a bonus of +8. You managed to roll it too.
What would you be asking for it then?
I think 4,500 is
Jesus.
proper amount. For a
2,000.
rare item,
2,000.
2,000.
You like doubled his price. That's pretty good. Julian always looking for the high end things in life.
If you take that 2,000, you can spend it all at the casino on roulette.
Yeah.
You could. It is a marvelous place. Have you been?
Not yet.
I do
We're looking
recommend.
forward to it.
Julian, while you're mulling that over, what's
Hmm.
the manual of quickness of action?
Manual of Quickness of Action, which looks like this. I'll just show you the whole handout. Here you go. It is a wondrous item of very rare rarity that ups your dexterity. Truly one of a kind specimen.
The manual
Explain
removes
two.
magic, but regains it in a century. Wow.
That'd be awesome. Dex
Current-
is it's a good one.
Really?
Manual of quick. It's pretty dope. I'm light on funds though. My coin purse is pretty light, but hopefully the
Like, is
fighting
that actually
pit
available
will have
here?
a little bit.
So is
Yeah,
that a
1,500.
is that
Yes.
permanent?
Yes, it's a permanent increase.
You got to really dedicate time to it.
Yeah. Still though. So I don't have very good decks starting off. I had to use ability score instead of feats.
Well, if I ever had the money, maybe I should start folding over some spell scrolls in my meantime.
Your sign says you're buying rare items for 4,000 gold. Is that not accurate?
If they are indeed rare, I do not know this item that you present to me.
You are a legendary sorcerer, are you not? You may cast Identify with it.
Such a
The Ringo still
charmer.
has a one-time to ripple work into a single wearing. You can use it to cast Darkness as an action. This property can be used again until next dawn. Darkness is. I'm thinking about Julian. Anybody else wants to? Is looking for any other items here?
Yeah.
I'm poor.
I'm doing some math.
I do get.
Good.
If I do get this sold, I plan to buy something.
Would
You will.
What
You
would-
will buy something in my shop for this 4,000 I give you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gets
well,
more
why didn't you say so? Oh, that makes it a whole other deal then. What were you looking to purchase?
I'd like to buy the Ring of Protection +2.
Oh, of course. Of course. I'll reduce it to the 2,500 difference then.
Out of character, what does that mean?
It means that he reduces it by 4,000 gold pieces, and he'll sell it to you for 2,500.
Oh, okay.
So the
Yeah.
original price was 6,500.
Yeah. The
Neat.
deal. Give him the ring and 2,500 for the.
You have yourself a deal. I'll go ahead and make a little handout for separately from the +1, just so we know who has what. And this is a very rare. There we go. That should be good. Trade made.
Nice. Awesome.
Voice. I pull off. I'm interested in the manual. I do want the manual of quickness. So I do want to trade an item, at least to reduce your price. And
Yep.
he pulls off the red ring of fury. No, I'm just kidding.
Motherfucker.
I pull off the pearl.
Imagine he sells it.
Yeah, just sell it. No, the pearl of power. Which
How much is? What does the Pearl of Power do?
the pearl of power? Lets you restore a spell slot, one spell slot, up to level 3 spell slot.
1 second before
You
do
have that? I
1 second.
thought Melina had that item.
No.
He was gonna buy it and then made other
I was.
choices.
But I
Right.
used all my monies.
And then I bought it. And then I realized there's no amount of bonfire that can contain my Arcana.
Riot will say, "I'll buy the manual quickness for you if you give me the Pearl of Power."
Yeah, okay.
Riot will get the manual quickness for him.
Cool. So that's 1,500 from
Yep.
your inventory, and you have the manual of quickness.
So
Yay.
1-0. And I
Take
got a
care.
Pearl of Power.
It is a one-time use, and then it is as good as its pages. That is to say, merely paper. One-time use. Then it drains its magic. So,
For a century. Got it.
yep.
Quite the deal, honestly, that manual.
Yeah.
If you're done with it, once you're done with it, and you return to me, I will buy it back off your hands. Not for the full price, obviously, but, to hand it off to my children and their children, and then sell it down the line, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll find immortality. Who knows? I'm still so young. So much
He's a
ahead of
witch.
me. Yeah.
Is he a human? Out of character? Looking.
He looks like it. I mean, you tell me.
Looks human.
Aladdin.
Would he happen to have either the Tome of Leadership or an Iron Stone?
Ayun Stone. That is of the Mentor. I don't even think I have the rights to sell such things. The Temple of the Mentor might carry something like that for its members, but the others, no. I'm afraid that somebody else has already bought that inquiry of yours. But check again next week. Maybe I'll have a new stock.
Thank you.
An Ayun Stone. You've
My
seen.
color. The one I'd be looking for would be
Yeah.
marbled pink and green.
We'll pick one for me to look into.
Be the leadership one.
Leadership, the very rare one, that probably costs more than the ring of spell storing, it's out of your pocket. You always look for the very rare items, Megan, that you just... How much money do you have on you?
Not that much, apparently.
Well, how much? Just so I can tell you what you can afford if you're looking for a Ayun Stone, for example.
She has 1,500 left.
1,500?
Yeah.
I have an Ayun Stone of Sustenance.
All good.
Alright. Never go hungry again.
No, yeah, she'd basically be looking either for leadership or protection. Protection is rare, not very rare.
It's...
The +2 will be very rare.
Yeah. And they don't require attunement, that's what makes them so special, Ayun Stones.
They
And-
don't? Oh,
Well,
the
the
Iron Stones.
The protection one is.
Oh, they do require attunement, never mind.
one.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I
Protection
was...
is AC +1, and the leadership one that I wanted is charisma +2. So
Yeah.
next time we'll find it eventually.
I sell rings of protection.
That were very expensive. Definitely can't.
Well, if you're
afford
looking for
that.
something along the lines of caliber of the Ayun Stone, I'll sell it for you for 1,500.
So 1,500 for
1,500.
basically a ring that would increase.
Plus
my
one,
charisma?
yeah.
Plus one.
But that will increase your AC protection.
That'll what?
You want an Ayun Stone of protection, which increases your AC plus 1, correct?
Yeah, though
Yeah.
I was looking at either increasing my AC or increasing my charisma. So 'cause
We're talking
charisma
about the
will-
Ion Stone of Protection, which only increases your AC. Other Ion Stones that increase your charisma are offer a variety that cost you 10 times more, which unfortunately right now are not in pocket. I'm offering you, if you'd like, an Ion Stone or a ring of or protection for the money you have on hand, 1,500, if you'd like.
1,500 ring of protection, and I'm currently
A ring of protection +1 is better than iron stone.
yeah, and that would bring my AC up to 16, which would be nice. Yeah, Nia will take the ring of protection.
Okay. Ring of Protection +1 will cost you 1,500. Go for it. I believe somebody in the party is already carrying one, so rings of protection all around. Yeah.
Rolex, you don't want anything? You just
You're-
want to go shopping?
You're gonna buy something for me?
I spent all my money on the ring.
I mean, I'm not spending my dime, but this place is really out of my paycheck.
You get paid for working in the
Go on.
Allegiance?
Yes.
Wait, Alina, do you get paid? Nia?
It's more of selfless service in the Cobalt Soul. But there are perks to being with it.
Right.
I mean, I don't do what you guys do. Go out to the world, discover ruins stuff, and rob the dead, or work for the living.
Hey. We've never robbed any dead people. All my...
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, I personally, I remain in my office, and I do have an income, but definitely not of the adventurer caliber.
Does the Allegiance of Allsight get a 401k?
Stop.
You
You did not have to worry about taxes.
Do I need to invest?
You
now?
did not have to worry about taxes ever since you were like 17, and you probably think that now. And like, don't make me rule a tax evasion boss, okay?
Already trying
I
to plan for
have free
retirement.
will.
All right. The IRS walks in, rule for initiative.
Fuck them.
Perhaps maybe when we're finished all of our other things, maybe Sean will have a job for us that will put us in better favor for him next time that we actually come to buy something.
I mean,
Sean,
we
do you have anything that perhaps needed eventually, perhaps, or things that you look for?
He gives it a think, but I don't seem to be in need of any adventures at the very moment. But come back in a week, and perhaps now that I know that your lot is around, and yours as well, he points toward Gilceria. But he doesn't seem to have any, nothing on the job board currently. Simply running one of his many humble shops. Yep.
Speaking of which, Gosseria. Find a scrying stone? What is that? A scrying?
Scrying orb.
You can cast 5th level spells now? Oh, Fifth Circle?
Of course,
You can cast a scrying spell?
Yes.
That's
course.
impressive. Wow.
Thank you.
Alina, can you do that?
Of course you can.
Oh wait, I meant to
It's like that anime eyebrow twitch from her, like you see across the room, shooting you a dirty look.
that eyebrow.
My talents lie elsewhere, unfortunately.
Well,
Alright,
maybe
so
if you've taken up my offer earlier in joining the right side and escalating the rate of your arcane progress, maybe you would have been at the heights I am at.
Possibly, but it does remain to be seen. If we were there, if you were there at the, I keep calling it the Blood Bowl. Sorry, the fighting pit. We could have maybe gotten a small taste of what it is. You've seen a little bit of your companions sporting. Ao sure looks to be in shape and fighting fit. But will you be joining them?
Certainly.
Well, then we will all be
Can you
doing
cast
as
Fireball?
companions. Or, excuse me, as whatever. Whatever. I don't know what I'm saying.
Actually, it
Jonas,
raises
can
a
you
good.
cast Fireball?
Can't you?
Me? I'm not a wizard.
Oh, well, It is a poultry spell. Of course I can cast it.
Can you though?
Of course.
I want
Do
to.
you want me to cast it here in the middle of the shop to prove it to you? What
I
Is it
considered it for a second.
was it, Nick? What's up?
Well, I was going to ask: is it possible to insight that to see if there's any like facial like patterns to see that it might be detecting a lie there to see if he actually does? Because he tends to be more of the graviturgy stuff like that.
Go for it.
And I would like to see kind of
Really,
what he has.
You can't cast fireball.
I can cast a lot better. What am I? Fucking insight. Duh. I'm stupid. I was thinking. Well, fuck no.
What do you think?
I mean, if he has the ability to, yeah. I just don't know if it's in his repertoire. Maybe we should look at each other's spell books, Galsarian. Compare notes.
Well,
I have
I
sort
do
of
have something
abandoned
for
the
you.
concept of spellbooks a long time ago.
there yet.
I realized that spellbook is better harnessed in blood, channeled through it. It's
Wait, what?
cutting
You
out the
don't
middleman.
have You don't have a spell book anymore? What are you talking about?
Old archaic ways. I've progressed to other means. He sort of flares the markings on the back of his hand and such. The ring, the markings are leading toward that one ring.
It's all focused now, Melina.
Yeah, I put 2 and 2 together, but that's such a giant leap.
A lot can happen in 3 days.
You can achieve that in 3 days. That's what you're saying.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Delightful. Is this something you learned at the consortium?
No, it's nothing I achieved on my own. Sometimes you must grab one's destiny and not wait for others to hand it to you.
Well, I would agree with such a statement, but it also seems dangerous. It's the book that binds all the spells and incantations. For something else, it almost seems otherworldly, something different, volatile.
I suppose I could have sheltered myself within the bowels of Rosanna's libraries, perusing and sorting out the catalogues of the archives all my life, and I would have lived a safe life. But alas, we don't do that, do we? We take dangers. We stare it in the face.
Who are you planning to scry on?
Wherever is my
Personal
inquiry.
question?
Yeah. You're asking a lot of questions, aren't you?
I'm just curious. You know,
Tell me
it's been a
something about
minute
yourself
since we
for
talked.
once. In all the time I've known you, Julian, I've only known your name.
I mean, it's not much to know. I'm basically the Irvin of this party.
Oh, how offensive. You do not know Irvin, and perhaps you should know me until you decide to open up yourself. You should work on that.
Maybe. I'd like for us to talk sometime. Get to know each other.
Well, it's called a dialogue for a reason. Two-directional.
Of course.
Yes.
It's hard to get deep and personal just when you're making casual hellos in public, you know. But perhaps over drinks, looser lips. See what happens.
He gives you a look like to says to reflect the. It's the same perhaps he gave you last time you suggested him just that days ago. This is a repeating conversation for him a little bit,
I don't even remember saying this.
but he does.
Before.
Well, then, I mean, with everything you've learned, you seem like you've grown, and you will make your own, destiny and whatever ways you learn magic from here on, and we'll only see this by a test of strength and wits when the fighting pit starts.
Perhaps. And if I don't see you there, should you choose to take the safe route out, perhaps I'll see you around the Library of the Cold Soul. I do that to browse the historical catalogs there, especially surrounding the Age of Arcanum and all that. Just a little taste of my prior life here in Ankarel. Never know what sort of long-lost memories are hidden away in the golden age of times.
Did you make that sound like he's consecuted?
What?
Maybe I missed the way you made it sound like in his prior. You said something about like his prior lives or something.
No, I just said he's talking about like ancient lore and sort of recalling the Age of Arcanum and all that, and it's what he's been doing back in Rostana before he joined this whole adventure, this group of his. So he's interested in visiting the library and peruse its shelves.
Well, every library seems like it's going to specialize in something in the region that it is. They're all over.
Mm-hmm. I hope you join me and reconsider my offer. He goes to leave, unless kept otherwise here.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. What was your insight check for before? It was 3 to detect whether or not he's lying. Okay, cool. Oh, you lot. Do you still have... Yes. Do you carry the jewel of 3 prayers in the open, Melina?
No, it's like, well, I mean, I have it around my neck, but the actual amulet is like tucked down into like, the shirt or whatever.
That's what I figured. He looks around the group, he's like, I don't seem to spot it. Have you lost the priceless vestige of divergence?
It's not
No.
lost.
It still remains safe.
Where?
It's with the Allegiance. They seem to be better
Safe.
keeping with it.
Is it? Room me deception.
It's not entirely a lie. I mean,
It's
we're,
absolutely
we're,
a lie.
we're aficionados now. We got badges.
Can I roll it? I was doing that as well. Okay.
I'll use an inspiration.
You will? Alright.
Wow, free deception.
There we
Thank
go.
Oh, truly, with the Allegiance Foresight, you would trust those corrupted individuals who have been infiltrated from within. Surely you've heard of their recent, quite literally, exploits.
I haven't
We are
heard
aware.
actually. What have you heard?
He heard what Julian just said, but he also heard what
No, go
Melina
ahead.
was about to say.
Go with Julian. We were talking at the same time.
Okay. Well, insider agents, them being all compromised and all that. It is so easy to accept just anybody into the faction as of late that you never know who to trust, and that truly fired in their face. So I was very much surprised just now to learn that you've entrusted a one-of-a-kind artifact into their hands. Well, I suppose not completely surprised, not from this group, but nonetheless, I advise you remedy that and get it into safer hands. For somebody else does.
Maybe. They have an archive where they keep most of their magic items. It's pretty safe. I mean,
Yes, a
it's
public little museum which anybody can break into, of course.
I don't think it's that.
Have you been there?
to break into. Yes.
You have. Room your deception check. This is fun.
Wait, you said at disadvantage?
No, I said room your deception
Deception.
check. Just
Oh.
deception.
Julian should be good at that.
You should be.
Yes.
Really have a +0, huh? I rolled natural 20, but I have a +0 to the ability check, and he still won his insight check.
Oh,
You have.
the Allegiance of All Sight, they're a powerful organization within the city. They have a lot of funding. They manage the lifedom. There's a lot of support. They're well secured, even if the consortium doesn't agree with their methods. It's a safe place.
It's not often you say the truth, Julian, but I believe you this time. Let's see. So it is contained with consortium. No, the consortium. I misspoke, I'm sorry. A lot of things on my mind. With the Allegiance Foresight, within the. Omnal Library, is it?
He's asking if
No,
we
I can't
keep it at the Omnivore. Sorry, I didn't hear.
Yes.
I don't remember off the top of my head what the place they keep their magic items in is called.
Okay. You can tell he's like beginning to sense the fact that you're not going to give him much more answers to his questions. He's like, all right.
Nia a little curious. She kind of just leans onto the
Plus
counter
11
and is kind of
perception.
like, playing a bit of devil's advocate here. You're telling us that the allegiance isn't so great. Where would you recommend that we keep it? You said it should be remedied. What is your suggestion?
I suppose the best place to keep such an item is where nobody knows the name of. That's what keeps it most safe. If I told you of such a place, it would no longer be safe.
Nia just nods her head and just kind of like,
The Allegiance Farsight are far too high profile.
good food for thought.
Can't believe Julian. I rolled a natural 20. Julian still beat my insight with his expertise. That's amazing. Fair enough. Okay. So you guys shopped. You can. How would you like to wrap this up? Anybody does anything else?
Well, I don't have anything more.
Yeah. Sort of sensing a need
Let
to...
me know when you're available for those drinks.
How about next week?
This time? Next week?
From now, yes. I'll give you a whole 7 days to prepare for it. Whatever it is you want to discuss at the... Thanks a moment. The Shade.
Sounds good.
That's
Okay.
over by the Lucky Run, correct?
No.
Where's the shade?
It's that...
Isn't-
Melina can tell you.
isn't that
Not Melina. Nia can tell you.
I was
Isn't
about
that
to
where Bushi took Nia when she said
Yeah.
she wanted something spicy and it like made her drunk instantaneously?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Yeah, no, that's in like, is it in the river district? I need to see the little map. Where's my little pamphlet? Pamphlet, where are you?
Nia knows the way.
She might have been a little bit drunk when she left, but she wasn't drunk when she got there.
Fair enough. Again, I don't want to sort of prepare the group ahead in time without everybody's consent. Just making sure that everybody is done what they want to do here in the shop and here with
Yeah,
Castellian.
good. There's nothing else here.
Did you
Good,
buy
but-
the bag of holding, or am I putting that handed away?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't buy the bag holding. I'd rather bag of holding than bag holding.
Okay. What's the difference?
My stuff doesn't get frozen, and the bag of holding is cheaper.
It's cheaper than an uncommon item?
It's cheaper at the other place I was holding for 600.
That is true.
400 gold cheaper. That's a lot of gold.
Yeah, from Mama Kausny, crazy. Sure thing. We can go buy
What
from there, I
is-
guess.
I can't afford it, but just asking, what is
Mm.
Cold Snap Armor of Resistance? What is that?
It's this.
Isn't it like really expensive?
Ooh, +2 armor that gives resistance to cold damage.
Plus, it's, yeah.
Wow, that's
Very
really good.
expensive.
Well, it's 12 plus dex plus 2.
It's studded leather armor. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, we did already buy +1 studded leather armor, so it would just be a +1 bonus for us. But it is also cold resistance, so it's a +1 bonus and a damage resistance. But it's super expensive. Maybe later we'll get more gold. Who knows?
Well,
Maybe
if we ever do
Calmaro has fortunes waiting for us.
we still have that treasure run that offered to us, depending on what we do for transportation.
True,
We'll go
true.
there and back.
We're going there after the arena, right? Which is in 11 days. We can go there in like 12 days.
Well, we can go there before.
We can go there before and come back. But we have to
I
figure
think-
out how long Zahir would take, and then Pollux as well.
I believe the reason we didn't go before was because of how long it would take to get there, right?
It was
It's
simply
4
we
days
didn't-
there.
Yeah, 4 days there on Griffin.
4 days there.
Oh, cool.
And we also have a tablet to return to on Corral.
But we don't know where
The
that goes.
tablet.
I
we
mean,
know where that goes, yeah. But
comes
that
on
goes to
Corral
the consortium. Goes to the Vermilion Dream.
we don't know that for certain, though. That's just
We
that.
know-
Pretty sure.
But are you
It
are
goes-
you willing to risk where it goes?
I
we
mean,
know-
it'd be one way to find out.
We know it goes to the Suncut Bazaar. We know it goes somewhere over there. Prolix had said that long ago. But where exactly is unknown. We can't trace it that far.
We ask our
Um,
friend Sean here.
Hmm?
Sean might know.
I might know what.
Are you able to read glyphs on a tablet to see what location?
I live and breathe glyphs, of course. What is you trying to identify?
Well, who's got the tablet? I think we
I
might
do.
have somebody
Does.
who can read it.
Is
I have a teleportation tablet.
Galsariad leaving, by the way?
Yeah, go for it.
If nobody else is talking to him, I'm just giving the guys the opportunity to talk to
Nah.
him. No? Okay, if you
Get the
don't
fuck
hold
out.
him,
Oh,
he goes into the night and out of view. Alright.
shut the door. Secrets.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this a secret? Is this a naughty secret? Should I shut the doors?
Naughty,
Oh.
naughty.
No, not.
I wouldn't say
not at all.
naughty, but definitely
Well-
a secret.
Take a look and you tell us just how naughty it is.
Unless somebody shuts the door, he just sort of snaps his fingers and you see the two doors shut and a little, very brief bright, hot pink glyph just kind of shimmers across the doors. Like a tradition charm spread out.
Whoa.
Locked and silent. What is this young one showing me? He will go ahead and cast Identify on it. And as he does, you can see two glyph marks just sort of glow up across his hands and one on his brow as the Rune Child casts his magic. The tablet. My battle leads right nearby here, across from the district to the Sunken Bazaar. I'm detecting a location to the southeast. The plaza, right next to that charlatan's shop, Amakazni's. Perhaps across from it. Under open air. Curious. It's not a lot of places that you would have a teleportation circle in the open.
If
Now
I
we know where.
understood that, you said Kazni across the way from that the Mystics shop.
I'm detecting that the location of this teleportation endpoint is just across from her shop, yes.
I believe I also caught a hint of charlatan. What? You're not a fan?
No. There are those among us, sorcerers and mages alike, who are true fans of the arcane, and then those of us who deal in lies and falsities. And get people killed as a result. So no, not really a fan, but could never get her on a charge. Plus, I have my own business to run, take care of.
Is that why she left the Allegiance of Allsight?
Left. That is a soft way of saying, darling. Dropout is a much harsher but truer to the cause term.
Do you
Sure.
know exactly what the cause was?
Yeah,
You said
lack of
let someone
educational
down.
interest, and
Oh.
suppose they have a certain standard that even she couldn't upkeep, which is, as you can imagine, quite low bar, seeing as anybody can go in there free of charge, free of tuition, and become a wizard, even a cantripman. But to fail even that, well, is not concerning.
Perhaps. By the way, Shaw, how much is it to buy a griffin?
I do not sell griffins here, but
Are we done?
You're not
Are we
familiar
I
with-
could
done with
perhaps
that lead?
acquire a statuette of the griffin within a week's time, and depending.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not looking to buy a griffin. I just thought maybe
I
since
do
you lived
believe
around
there is a
here-
griffin seller across from the Ridge District. I'm looking up, and he would know this. You would want to speak to my good friend Tova. She's an owner of a griffin stable right next to the edge of the ridge. Advertises riding lessons as well. If you're looking, are you looking to buy one or just rent for a trip?
Just a rent for a trip.
Probably just to rent.
With training, 500 golds. Each griffin probably goes anywhere from 100 gold, maybe less, if it's a group deal. I tend to rent one whenever I visit family back in Chandar.
Thank you.
I am curious. I just can't let go of this charlatan thing. I've had bad experiences myself. Rumors, mostly. I'm curious who else feels the same way that we do about Amkesni. Any other nearby shopkeepers around here that we could gossip with?
The best gossip you'll find here, I can assure you that. But I talk among my friends here and there, and we all seem to agree. There are not many arcanists here in Alcarel outside of the Crystal Chateau. There's a reason to call me Glorious.
Glorious
fabulous
you
and shiny.
are.
I didn't hear what you said, Will.
You look fabulous and shiny.
That too, and thank you. Flattery will get you a long way. But no, not just that. It takes a special kind of person to invest into the arcane arts and truly dedicate themselves into it without getting anybody killed. But yes, there is a measure of marvel. Yeah.
Such a lovely favor. I want to give him 10 gold.
What's this for?
Oh, just lovely conversation behind closed doors. It's really-
am I
it
to
comes
take
across
it
as
that whatever we just spoke of is not to get out of these doors? You can rest assured that your secret is mine. Slides the coin back to you.
All
Trust
right.
is more precious than gold, darling. You will learn that in whatever short time we have on this earth.
Trust is more precious. I like that.
I would like to be seen as trustworthy, and us as friends. Is there anything else I can get you while we are here under closed doors? Before I must close my doors for real. The night is getting quite late, and I must get my beauty sleep.
I have nothing else.
Neither do I.
Right, I'm checking with you. You see a few potions of water breathing. Do you want to pick them up here now, or do you want to pick them up later?
I was going to ask, how much does a scroll of water breathing cost here?
No scrolls, only potions. 100 gold
Only
pieces
gold.
each.
Oh, they only last for an hour. Yeah, no, I was just looking at the ring will actually help me with that because my spell will do it for 24 hours.
The water breathing spell lasts from 24 hours?
Yep.
Wow.
That's why I was looking for a
What
scroll.
level?
Okay.
What level is the spell?
Third.
Level 3.
24 hours is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Sounds to me like everybody done is done.
Yes. Too
Okay.
bad about this bringing spell storing. Jesus. Didn't realize it was that expensive.
Sure is. Genuine goods here of high quality. You can tell that even without a roll looking around, but you can always come back here at a later time to move things forward then, as he, with a snap of his fingers, opens the door and ushers you into the night before closing his own doors in his own shop for the day, and the little sign outside that was glowing with its neon lights shuts off for the night. Where would you like to head from here?
The goggles you put on me are ridiculous.
That's what you look like with them on. Like,
Walk around everywhere. I'm bad.
you're making a statement anywhere you go.
You look like Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell a little bit.
Something
Just sneaking around, just fucking murking people in the shadows.
You're turning heads.
for justice.
But you're also seeing for miles on end, so.
It's true.
I mean, Ride's goggles are right now on his forehead, but I mean, I'm not gonna have you like create a token for when it comes down and goes back up.
I could if you really want me to. Like,
Control Z. Control Z.
yeah.
Can you go to the big map? I lost track of where we are overall in
Ridge District.
the ridge. Okay, Ridgeway in the northwest.
By Royha.
Got it.
Royha.
Okay, that helps. Since it's getting late, where should we head? Do you want to head back to the hotel, or did you guys want to maybe stop at the casino?
Hotel.
I want to go to bed.
Where is the party spending tonight?
You want to find a place here or go back to the Harried Mongoose? We do. At least Riot is definitely joining the Allegiance of All Sides, so I guess he gets a free room wherever he goes.
Yeah, wherever we stay, we'll have free rent. Or, excuse me, free lodging.
So we can find a place in the Ridge District.
You might want to stay somewhere close to the Sigil, because we know the Sahir guy kind of stays around that area. Or what we've seen.
The Scroll Alcove or something like that. I lost my notes. The tavern or the inn apartments in the Sigil District near the Allside.
There's that, and he was also
Yeah,
by the
he's
chateau.
around like here somewhere.
The Harried Mongoose.
Which is like over here. So pretty far away, because I think his building was somewhere this area ish.
Yeah.
His
Go ahead.
was around here.
Right.
Because he was over here in the Sigil District. Wasn't he?
Sigil District's down here.
Technically, this up here is part of the Sunken Bazaar, I think.
If you're looking for the borders, let me see if I can highlight them.
Oh, that would help a lot, I think.
It looks like there's a.
What are we talking about right now?
There's a
Oh,
wall.
okay.
There's a wall that goes around.
So,
Okay.
I don't know if he was here
Oh.
or here.
Does that work?
The Sand Herald wraps around the Central Palace, and Sigil is just okay. I see.
Okay.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, it does.
But
Okay.
yeah, so I don't know which side of this line it was, whether it was up here or if it was down here.
It was the Sand Herald District then, is where it was. It was across. It was near the
The
bowl.
Near the football.
So let's
Yeah,
go to the Sigil District then, I guess, for a place.
No, that's fine.
Sounds good. Stand behind that. Sigil District?
Yeah.
Alright.
Scrolls Alcove?
Yes, that's it. Scarlet's Alcove. That's not where we first saw the guy, was it?
When we first saw him
What
at the
guy are we talking
library.
about?
The here, dude.
Oh,
No, we've seen him under Melora's branches and everything when he was out there when we had that little
I was trying to remember
small
back to that
festival or
apartment.
something.
But that was right outside the Crystal Chateau, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just outside of it.
As the night begins to settle down, you guys take the time to maneuver over to the Scrolls Alcove, arriving promptly within the half an hour, as the sun has begun
where does
to set. Yep.
This was the area. He was
where
in
does
this
Prolix
room.
normally sleep? I'll ask him. Like, how's this room compared to where he normally sleeps? Does he like use his free room service to get like a Gucci place, and he's like, oh, this is okay, I guess, or is he humbled and he's like, this is what I'm used to?
My place is just around the block, actually. I don't tend to stay at an inn. I have my own house here. The Ankarel is my home.
You have a house?
Yes,
It's good for you, man.
It might be
Thanks.
being one.
in this economy, right?
I know, right? I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
See, that's why he
You're
got
doing well.
savings.
Oh, Prolix, you're doing well.
This is why I can't afford magical items, because I own my own place.
You gotta pay more.
I'm a responsible adult.
Yeah.
Wait, so being in the Allegiance, they'll cover like your room costs, but not like they don't cover anything for houses? Not
No.
even like plumbing or anything?
We don't even have dental. Can you believe it?
Damn. Damn.
You don't even have dental.
Does the Vermilion have dental? See, this is what's gonna convince me to move over.
You're right. That's the one thing we don't have over the Vermilion Dream Consortium. Dental.
I want to watch Shrek.
You want your truck or you want Shrek? What was that?
I want to watch Shrek now.
Oh, fair enough.
So while we're here, I just want to. I am going to pull up my hood. I do want to separate myself from the group a little bit because if we do go with our overall plan, I don't want to be easily identified with everybody and sort of muddy that plan up.
Roll stealth.
You think Sahir's watching us? Go ahead.
I don't know. You never know. I'd rather
Room. Right here's his room.
nearby. I'm rolling stealth. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
If you want to join us, let me just double check how that spell works.
Who? Prolix wants to join you guys? No, I'm still picking my own bag. This was a fun adventure, all that. I trust you will keep the ring safe. But I must return home and make sure that it's not like robbed or anything.
No,
You're not spending the night with me?
Deno.
I mean, if you think that's for the best, with your vast experience in this skullduggery.
I mean, I'm a bit nervous about you being by yourself.
I'm a bit nervous about me seeming suspicious by that. I'm a bit nervous about me seeming suspicious by not showing up at my own house and not being seen around there at the same time that the ring goes missing, you know? If it is indeed from our reserves of the Calbaro. So
That
I'm
is true.
trying to
That's
act
good.
normal and sort of get suspicion off me, you know?
You want any of us to come with you?
No.
Sure. Okay.
Best not. Best you focus on keeping it safe and remain together.
Mhm.
Is my opinion.
So.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Okay. Zeno, you put your hood up, and I mean, you weren't really drawing the guards' attention beforehand, and now you're just melting even more into the dark alleys and such, sort of staying 15 feet behind the group. Just another walker in the night. It is getting quite chilly here in this desert climate, so you're not the only person with a hood up or a hat or some other veilment from the wind. Certainly are blending.
Shadows.
Yeah. For those of you who, if you guys wish to get a space here in the Scrolls Alcove, Perokes will inform you. You can stay long enough to help you guys get a room here with the owner of these buildings, and depending if you want to do that, you can anywhere that has a free door, essentially.
I would.
I mean, we could stay here then.
Okay.
I would recognize that this was the place that he went into as a hawk and escaped a monkey.
It's the same building, certainly. The inside has changed. You don't see the same curtains. In fact, there are no curtains. They've been removed. And now through the glass pane window, you can see into a bedroom to the north with its sort of navy, dark, midnight blue drapery, similar chairs around, and nobody inside.
Dude moved out.
And you're wearing your night vision goggles so you can see through inside like you're Splinter selling it. Yeah.
Just looking for crime.
Are these places allowed, or like, are you able to hold? Well, I mean, you can probably just put as many people in a room as you want.
True.
Are they made for just one or two people, or are you guys thinking about just getting one place for all of us, or?
3.
Okay.
3 places?
I mean, if
free,
you can get
like,
rooms
free
for
lodging.
free, why not just get 3 rooms?
I can't hear both of you.
These are pretty big. How many? This is all blocked for me. I just don't recognize it, so I don't know if there's enough rooms to fit everyone. And
Yeah, you've shared caves
their own
smaller than
room,
this
but-
if you all slept together. So I mean, whatever you guys want to do.
it wouldn't hurt to be in pairs though.
Oh wait,
just in
I'm not
case.
sleeping here. Jillian's sleeping in his room. I did pay for like a week in advance, so I might as well sleep there.
Yeah, but this place is better.
I like my room. I like the humble. No, I don't like the humble stuff. But I paid for it. I'm not gonna ask for the money back. That's weird. I'm gonna just sleep in my room. It's fine. It's middle class. It's not bad. Food's good. I like their coffee. I'm happy. And the guards were giving me the stink eye earlier, so I'm gonna just stay away for now.
Well, I'll get a room here if somebody wants to share with me. I don't mind.
Sure. So Brolix will help you get a room. Which apartment do you wish to get?
If I'm going off, I know I can see in the room there, but if I
could.
remember where the guy is, I will go. I'll
You
go on the
can
opposite
you can
side.
certainly see through those window panes. They're open. There's no curtains.
Yeah, and he's there, so I'll go to the room next to it.
Sure.
Elena, do you want to stay with me or do you want to stay with Naya?
Excuse me. Sorry. Me and Naya can always get a room together. Have the girl stay.
Yeah.
All right, Riot. We're bunkmates.
Okay, this is the room. Oh, I just locked the door.
Oh, jeez.
Locked him out already.
Already locked us
can't
out of
get
our
in.
Unbelievable.
I can't get in.
Melina, are
This
you
is-
sure you don't want to, swap?
Yeah, we got girls' time. What do they have a concierge here?
A concierge, Nick? What is that? Like a home?
It's
home-
just like someone who you talk to. They're like, hey, where do I go and visit? Like, where's all the good eateries and where's all the
Yeah, a lot of
events and stuff? That I'm just fucking around.
Like
There-
when you go to the hotel, it's the guy at the front counter.
Right. So there's no guy in front counter. This seems to be like a 4-building
Yeah.
apartment complex, and there is a woman who owns this general complex. Sorry, just one moment. I'm just.
All the doors are locked.
Yeah, because you don't have the keys for them. Yeah, Brox will help you get the keys for them.
Okay.
I just want to establish face to the name, so why not? Sort of did ask this in chat earlier, but whatever. There we go. Sure, why not? There is a home, sort of a renter here who you can speak to. Will give you keys. And what sort of information are you
No,
looking for, Nick?
I was just fucking around.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being serious. Okay.
No.
So Riot, you showing your badge will get the key to this apartment. The door unlocks, and the woman will welcome you inside, show you around. There's a bathroom. There are sleeping lodgings sort of to the south as well. She will provide a complimentary meal for you and your tired companions should you wish to eat. Set things up and show you where you can keep things under lock. There are windows which you can lock with the same key you unlock the door with. And the bathroom door locks as well with that same key, a very universal thing. And with the same key, you have a little chest to keep your things safe should you wish to, which she seems to be very adamant in you using, especially since as of recently there has been a break-in in our complex, and we have set these up for our fellow patrons to use, so as to not lose any more of their goods.
Thank you very much for telling us this. So we'll make sure to use all the amenities here. And thank you very much for the compliment breakfast. Do you have anything sweet, like sweet drinks, perhaps?
I have an array of juices that I can probably fetch from around the market for a fellow member of the Allegiance.
Thank you very much.
Of course. She'll fetch those, leaving the room. At 10 o'clock at night, try and find you a shop. And she never comes back. She got stabbed in some alley.
Well,
Right.
means these keys are ours forever.
Right. I'm just trying to establish who's staying where for the night, so.
We'll just stay to the north of them.
Okay, cool. So, same thing. So, if you guys...
This is important for the assassination attempt.
So it's the same deal for you guys. There's a bathroom, there are bed lodgings, and, you know, you get your own little chest as well, and all that.
Wow.
Prolix wishes you a good night, and I guess I'll be knowing that you guys will be staying here for the next little while, so I'll come looking for you tomorrow. Or I'll send you a message.
Sending a message would be great, but we'll also check in with you before we take off for any findings, and whatever we find, we'll report back to you as soon as possible.
Oh, sure. I live right here, and he points on the place on your map where his house is at.
Okay.
Where?
Where is it?
Right
Mark it
there.
on the map. Actually.
Yeah, right. No, no, I'm not. He points on a place on your map, showing you where he lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is DM speak for I don't have the map prepared. Like
That's fine.
I didn't prepare for it. Let's go to Yosef's place. Yosef? Prolix?
We're not
Yeah.
We're not prepared for Prolix's map.
There's no
Prolix's
battle
house.
map for his house because I'm assuming you're not gonna assassinate Prolix. But anyways.
Bold of you to assume that, DM.
True, you are not wrong. Alright, have a good night.
Okay, good night.
Okay.
Alright, Prolix.
I didn't choose this voice. This voice chose me.
Oh man, this Prolix is great.
That's what happened with Bertrand, too.
What happened to Question? It's been gone for so long.
I mean, you saw her last time you visited the library. She was in the
She's
middle of the
chilling.
floor. Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, it's quite late, so unless we're gonna go visit the casino, I feel like probably
No,
bedtime.
Julian's going to bed. I'm going to bed. Yeah.
During
no
the
gambling
long
for me.
rest, Nia will work on another disguise. Do you guys have a suggestion? So we already have an allegiance one.
I would say make one of the veil, but I don't know if you can make a disguise for something you've probably never seen before.
No, I need to know what it looks like. I make these from memory.
Yeah. I don't think the veil is gonna have, like, a or, like, a uniform or so.
A costume.
Cosplay.
Yeah.
Although
Cosplay?
actually,
Yeah.
how much is the materials cost again for the disguise? Depends what I'm making.
How much did I charge you last time? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, well,
Evening was like 4 sessions ago. Okay.
yeah.
We've literally spent like 4 sessions on the same day.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I have it here. I'm just looking it up. It's gonna cost you like 5 gold pieces worth of materials to create a costume specific to a look that you're trying to get.
Okay, that's not too bad.
What what look are you trying to mimic?
Can you just make it like dark and brooding so it looks like you're a part of an evil cult?
Sure, we can make a cult-esque, dark, gloomy outfit. We'll add it to over the long rest once Nia's finished. Although, do I have to roll for it? I have to roll for
You
it,
spend
don't
2 hours before you go to bed crafting it.
I crafted, okay. And then when she's finished, she will add it to the closet in Melina's bag.
Yes.
There's a little clothes dresser here in the bedroom if you want to use it.
No, we'll put it in.
Oh, in the bag of holding? Yeah.
Sorry. Ignore that. I pressed the wrong button. So here we have Vermilion Dream, and then now we have Dark Guild-like or cult-like.
Sure. Riot, the housekeeper, returns with what looks to be like honeyed water and like guava juice and stuff, and just sort of fills a cold box with it and puts it in the corner of the room for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Is there anything else I can get for you and your fellow patrons?
You are magnificent. Thank you.
Of course. Name's
Right,
Carla,
you did
but
it.
by the way, he didn't ask, so I suppose it's important for us to establish a business knowing each other's name. I did pick up your name there. Riot, was it?
Yes, I'm right.
Carla, pleasure.
Nice to meet you. My
Alright.
full name is Slipping Gnomes Rising.
Neat. She seems
Ray,
amused.
You should
Yeah.
come across the hall. You should check out their place. It's way better.
That's literally symmetrical. What? Okay.
They got a bed and everything.
You guys have a bed as well. Just my map doesn't
It's cut
extend that
off.
far. Yeah.
We got a broom closet.
What's behind this door? It's just like a void. Yeah.
Roll d20s being weird. I'm trying to like prep my spells for the next day, and it won't even let me add a spell.
Well, don't do that yet. We're long resting. We're still doing our 2 hours before we're going to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't just try not to long rest before I said if we did. I will save you time.
Alright.
But anyways, I heard Nia was shooting her costume. Does anybody wish to do anything before bed?
Yeah, do you guys want to just chill? Or are you guys literally legit going to bed right now?
After she's done making the disguise, she's going to bed.
I can't remember. I'll have to go back and check, but I think I'm gonna make fuck, you know what? I don't think that's much of a turnover. That's 2 hours. I don't think I have enough time. Well, if I have 2 hours, I might make some spells over the night, or excuse me, some scrolls.
No, doesn't
I
a
think
scroll
I have
like
it
take like a
handy
whole day to craft or something? That Nick?
It might. I don't know if it takes overnight or if it has a time limit
It's
on
not
it. Or
overnight.
maybe I'm
It's a
confusing the
whole
two.
day to make a cantrip, let alone a level spell.
Yeah, let me check and see. I have the
Mm-hmm.
handout here somewhere. I don't have it here in front of me.
Scribing a spell scroll. It takes 1 day to make a first level or a cantrip, costing you 25 gold pieces.
That's right. We had a lot of downtime.
Yeah, second level will be like 3 days. What spell are you looking to craft?
I was gonna do like a first or second level. I'm
Yeah.
getting it confused with me actually scribing in my book. Because
Yes.
whatever spell I want to put in my book is whatever the spell time.
You can find it under Xanthar's Guide of Everything under downtime activities, but it is a matter of days.
Yeah, that's fine. I keep forgetting that we had a lot of spare time in Bizoxum.
Of course.
Julian, have you left yet, or are you still here?
I'm going back to my place. I'm going to bed. I guess I'm by myself tonight.
You don't have to be.
Which is
You
fun.
don't have to be. Well, before you go, I had a question. I don't want to necessarily ask you in the hallway, but something's been on my mind. If you want to,
I'll slip into your room for whatever this question is. What's up?
I'm just hanging out in the comfy room across the hallway. Melina and Naya's, because they actually have multiple rooms, so it's really nice in here. No, something's been on my mind, Julian.
Uh-huh.
Pulling up. Okay. Back whenever we had gone to the Raven Queen's temple, and Riot jumped in the pool, and after a period of time, he didn't come up, and then he really didn't come up. I jumped in, and without hesitation, like you sort of hesitated before you jumped into that pool of blood. Just curious if there was any reasoning behind your hesitation.
Is this just the two of us?
I'm talking in front of everybody.
Yeah, I have reason to think that the Raven Queen does not really like me. That she doesn't really approve of my presence. So I was worried that something bad would happen to me at first. But then when I thought that Riot might die, I decided fuck it, and I just went full in, I just decided to just jump and go for it.
Why would the Raven Queen find you disappointing? Out of all the gods, and I don't think that would really be looking down on much upon anyone except for their mortal foes.
You're aware that I'm half-elf, right? I've corrected you guys before in the past when you mistakenly thought that I was completely drow. My father is human. I got involved with the Myriad in order to acquire a magic item that would increase his lifespan. It was an amulet of longevity, and I acquired a large debt through them because of this. Through acquiring this item, which is the reason that I started working for them in the first place. And so I've had dreams where the Raven Queen appeared and she accused me of stealing what belonged to her. That being my father's life or his death.
Is your father still alive?
I think so. I think he is. I left my home when I was 18, but I started working for the Myriad full time, sort of, after acquiring the step.
When was the last time you had a dream like that from the Raven Queen?
And while we were in Betrayer's Rise. So pretty recently. I was a bit anxious about entering her a temple devoted to her, but it seems she doesn't care about me that much that her followers would make any mention of it, so seems we're safe for the most part.
This is actually quite different than what I had originally thought of you. I thought you were a bit obtuse and a little rough around the edges, just purely being selfish for yourself, but this is actually different. It's more heartwarming than what I had thought. It's noble for you to risk such a thing and to see the well-being of your father despite his mortality.
Right. It's just, elves and half-elves, we live so much longer than humans, and it was heartbreaking to think that he would die so early. So I acquired this step with the Myriad in order to get him a magic item that will allow him to live at least as long as I would. And I started working with them to pay off my debt as a result of that.
It's definitely a noble cause to help your family out.
Kind of.
Well, it is. You're put in that situation. Is your debt paid off, or are you still indebted?
I'm still indebted. I can pay them off if I wanted to right now. But we're not in Zoras right now, so.
I mean, it's possible you might be able to transfer money or do something, but I mean, we're far from home.
I do think that the Infernal Puzzle Box, if I were to give it to them, that could pay off my debt, that it would be equal in value. But there's a part of me that acknowledges that I'm good at what I do,
The puzzle box is just nothing but a normal box now. First it had its enchantment around it, but it's nothing more now.
Is it no longer a magic item? What?
Yeah, I mean, from what I know, I don't think it holds any magical value. Because once I had opened the inner workings of it and we got the spell from it, that was it. Or spell scroll, that was it. It was just.
I was under the impression that you could close it. And going forward, like you could and the person going forward, the person who closes it could open it for free, but anyone else would have to make that DC.
I would not know.
Well, pull out the puzzle box and let's test it.
As you guys are rummaging, I don't know, it's in your inventory. As you guys are rummaging through your inventory looking for the box, you hear from across like the two apartments from like Riot's apartment, you just hear like a And like
me up
the
in
spell
here.
just shoots off somewhere, and you hear like a bunch of rocks crashing and shit. And there's spells being cast on the other side of the room.
Like on this side
Thanks.
or over here?
Across, I said, in Riot's apartment.
I would
Oh,
go
Riot's
running over.
apartment.
Riot! Put it down, Riot. I don't even know what he has.
Right,
Just tell me. Put it down.
your spell went off up the chimney and hit your quarry, and the last you saw, it was just like a shower of sparks, like a firework going off in dark, illuminating the walls of the chimney. And like when it all disperses and slowly begins to dissipate away, the starlight becoming lessened and lessened. There's nothing left.
Right.
Damn.
You know we don't want to get caught by ZD, right?
Riot looks back.
ZD?
What are you talking about? I'm not attacking ZD or anybody. It was the damn bat.
You hear
It's
grieves
stalking
upon stone, the sound of metal boots upon stone, drawing closer and around the corner as one of the guards just sort of peers in and is like, "You all good?"
Yeah, there was something in the chimney, and I took care of it. There's nothing there anymore.
Alright. Just checking. And he just walks downstairs.
Thank you.
Yup.
Nia hears commotion and she like comes in after Zeno. So what happened?
You said there was a bat?
Riot's just like itching his ear a little bit, just trying to get any like dust or anything from the chimney that fell on him. Yeah, do you remember when I said a bat was following us? Like when we were walking around?
So you think that this is a familiar or some kind of tracking, or you're thinking it's not a real bat?
Well, I don't know. I shot a guiding bolt at it, and well,
There's no corpse.
there's nothing there. There's no corpse. I mean, there should be a corpse. It's not like guiding bolt just explodes the creature into like multiple different pieces like confetti. But I think it was familiar. And well, you remember when I did that thing earlier? You know that
Uh-huh.
I'm not. Yeah, well, I think it might be Neem's bat.
Neem's bat.
Yeah, and I think I exploded it, and that's why I think it's a familiar because there's no body. But he's saying this really quietly, so if anyone is listening or anything like that. But yeah, I think it was from Neem's bat because there was two red eyes just like her evil little bat just staring down the chimney at me. He tried getting away and gone.
Interesting.
Can we move? Yeah, let's all regroup into one room so that we can all participate in this conversation.
Well, if that's true, that means Neem is probably no more than 100-something feet out of here. She has to be close by.
Well, if her items were in the room across the way, she more than likely has some kind of relation with Zag.
Well, to be fair, you guys are actually in the room she was in.
Why do you say that? This room?
No, the room that you find is more comfortable.
The room you broke into, right, is across the hallway.
What's this one?
Oh, it's across the hallway.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's
Yes.
the one where Melina and I are.
No,
They're-
we're in this one.
They're across
no,
from
we're
you.
north of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's 4 of these rooms.
did I hear any swearing come from the other room, perhaps?
Roll me a perception
Pretty
check.
high perception. I mean, natural 17?
Same here.
Yeah, but this is you actively trying to do something. I count your 17 as the minimum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah. You're rather certain that aside from the cursing from across the wall from you, you just sort of heard Scheiße! Like from across the room. You didn't hear any other swearing when your spell went off.
I'm sorry, person next door. Something was in the chimney. I just took care of it.
It's quite alright, good neighbor. Is everything okay?
Everything's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. If you want to have coffee or tea in the morning, like I'm fine. I'm sorry. It'd be great to know who you are.
Oh, now that is quite nice, but perhaps we shouldn't be shouting. No, gute Nacht, and have a good night. Yes.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Right doesn't know this language or accent. He's trying to be friendly.
Yeah, Zemnia is a little too far from the Menagerie Coast.
If we really, really need to, later, if we want to really impress him, Nia can cast tongues on whoever's going to talk to him, and you can talk to him in his language.
just the spell goes up the chimney. And just Hans, get the Flammenwaffe out. The axe is back. Anyways, sorry, I'm having fun with myself a little bit here. I'm looking for that damn box of yours you're rummaging your inventory for, and I, for the life of me, cannot find it.
Are you talking to me?
Well, you're looking for the box where you found the Bestow Curse spell, right?
Right underneath ornate box is an infernal puzzle box. It's above the metal muscle.
Is it under treasure?
It's just in my item list.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm not looking in your inventory. I'm looking for. Okay. Don't worry about it.
Well, if you just put Infernal Puzzle Box in the thingy,
That's what it was called. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw the impression because open it and the box was just opened. I didn't realize you guys did anything else with it.
I said Julian would keep the box, but anyone could have. Lena could have the scroll that was inside.
Yeah.
This was a while ago.
Anyway, sorry, continue. I don't mean to interrupt.
At least we know that he's still here.
Oh yeah.
Wait, was he?
Yeah, that's the guy.
But Melina, to the room next to was Neems and Zags.
Well, they're gone now. Yeah. But if you blasted their bat, that means if it was familiar, if it just faded into a dust or something, I mean, they're close by. They'll know, but they're close by.
I mean, they know I saw something. They don't know anything else. I was being wary. I mean, I'm not a mage or anything, but do you hear stuff through it? Can it talk back to you? Like,
yes. I mean, you've seen this done with me many times with Kane, and they're able to hear and see our conversations through their eyes. Well, if you want to confront them, I mean, they should be just around the corner, not far. Just tracking them down.
Bruh.
What'd you just do,
Tom? What you just said?
No, I'm removing that from chat. I don't, because Anthony is in that campaign, so it's spoilers for him. I don't. She's pasting. Meg, don't paste things from campaign. Okay, I'll find it. You pasted something from another campaign, which is spoilers for another campaign. No, it has nothing to do with ours. That's not the item he's looking for. I understand you tried to do something good, but I have the handout here, and it's not the same item.
Is that everything that the hair dude is shouting at us on the other side of the wall?
Sorry, I'm just. I don't want spoilers for your campaign there.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay.
I didn't know it wasn't the same item. I thought it was.
No, you're assuming that we're playing the other campaign a little bit. It's not the same item, no. It's not. No. Stick to what we know of this campaign.
Riot, I apologize. I had heard a ruckus, and I admit I thought you were creating some mischief over here, so I apologize. And I mean, well, you can't really blame me.
I haven't really done anything though.
Well, let's be fair. You do have an affection for shiny things, do you not?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I've given away all my shinies. You're not taking the gems I have.
Well,
but...
I'm not taking I'm not taking your shinies. I'm not taking your. I heard a ruckus and I thought you were just causing something. But while we're on the topic, why are you so obsessed with shiny objects?
Well, I mean, I've always liked sparkly things. I mean, I would find shells on the seashore. I find really nice shiny acorns, and like I don't know. It just I really like shiny things as a kid, and then when I was picked up by the organization that I was, it just Mirage. She
Organization.
The Syndicate.
Ryan's just gonna look at Julian, who's like imaginary there, and just look at him and be like, "Really, really? You're gonna ask that question? You know the answer."
I'm not asking. It's just, it's a very friendly description
Julian's not even there.
of
He
their
went
work.
home. He's not even there. That's why I was looking at the fake silhouette. You know, like the silhouette in anime when the guy's like supposedly there but not, and there's like that
Yeah.
like hissing
Blink.
silhouette going beep beep beep. That's what I was more making fun of. But it's just like it's the organization that I told you guys about, and the Mirage, one of the women there, she noticed my enjoyment of shiny things, and anytime that I found a shiny, whether it was small or not, I always got a little reward, and then I just started picking up more shinies, and well, let's just say she started curbing my interest towards like jewels and shiny gold objects and like the scarab that I have. It looked shiny and it happened to be a little friend, even though it tried to bite me. But then I was used to spot shiny things and maybe be a distraction for that. And I guess my enjoyment of shiny things developed into something more. So I just really want to touch all the shinies and maybe have a collection of shinies that are mine, and it's why I kind of want to have my own little bag of so I can hold everything that I find. I still have, and Riot will actually pull out and show. Melina would recognize this because when Riot tried to help her find a pearl, he was very bad at it, and he would show up a bit of stone from the cave from the shark. I got this from our first tournament together, and it was really shiny and beautiful, and I don't really want to give it up. And it's my treasure. If that makes sense. And I mean, all the other shinies, like the orbs of dryness, I shared those shinies with Melina, and I mean, you have the other shiny that I got from Frolic. Well, maybe didn't get from him, but you have it. So I do share my shinies. It's really hard not to want to grab a shiny. It's all I see it and I just want it. Did you guys not see how shiny Gilmore was? I just wanted to touch everything that was on him.
I think it's best that you restrained yourself in that shop.
I just grew to helping spot items and picking things up, and I mean, I find them all over the place. I don't take them. I find them. And if someone says it was theirs, I do give it back. I don't always seem to keep it in my pocket, but it kind of grew to, I don't know, some people call it obsession, but I just mean it's just a hobby of mine. It's
I think there's anything wrong with collecting memorabilia like the rock you just described. There's nothing wrong with holding on to items that have sentimental value. I think that's kind of pleasant to hear that that's what you do. But you do recognize, I have to ask, do you recognize the difference between something that has not a lot of gold value versus something that has a lot of gold value?
I guess sometimes. I mean, in darkness, I just see gray and white. So, I mean, in darkness, everything can look shiny if it's shiny. But during daylight, I can tell the difference. I mean, a nice necklace or just a simple pebble on the ground. But I mean,
When was the last time you spoke to that Mirage person?
it's been a while. I mean, she went off to do something, and I think she went to what's that other town? She went off to Zadash and started working for a very very nice man who had great words, she said, to expend her, I forget what it was, but she taught me for a good 3 years when I was there. Just finding ways to get into some spots that I probably shouldn't have, or weasel my way through very small corridors because I was so tiny and thin. But she was a good friend, and she kind of looked out for me when I first started there before I was handed off to somebody else to learn. I don't know, fighting skills. I was kind of I had a bunch of little parents, and Mirage was one of the few that actually helped me at the beginning.
Just hearing you explain it, I mean, I wasn't there, but it almost sounds like you were being brainwashed, right? To be a tool.
Those
I mean-
kind of make sense, though.
And there's no judgment of your character now, right? I just hearing your story, I want to make sure that you do see that to a degree, that they were pretty much using you to steal.
I was using them to live. I was using them to learn. I mean,
That.
I mean, when I went to them, I was sad and angry, because I was the cause of my parents' deaths. I didn't have a home anymore. I didn't have a family, and I guess when they needed things and I was able to provide, I felt like I was fighting a home and a family. And when they would reward me for things I was able to do, it felt nice. It felt nice being needed. And then I got items, and they gave me armor, and they gave me gold to give me first taste of liquor. If you knew Shanks, oh god, I know Shanks would try to drink you under the table. But I think everybody in this world uses each other for something. I mean, I'm not saying Melina used us to go deep into the temple to find something unique and interesting. We all kind of used each other to survive that temple, right? In Balazan. We use each other's skills to help us survive, and that's not a bad thing to use each other. It's survival. I'm not saying that it's not nice to be friends with everybody, but we all use each other for skills.
Or are you saying use? Are you saying use in the term of like relying as a synonym for that, or using as in to take advantage? I would say
Use
we
to
would
rely.
rely. Okay, then I'm just clearing that up.
Like, people would use me to distract, and I would use them to get into places. And I guess I just see everything as useful.
Back up a bit. Did you say you were responsible for your parents' deaths?
I feel like I was.
Is it recent events, or was this prior to meeting us?
This was before I met my new family.
Well, that's could you tell that story a little bit?
All right. When I was young, well, my parents died when I was 13. But when I was younger, I would always run off and explore places. Probably places I shouldn't be when I was younger. But I would climb down cliffs, go up mountains, and my parents wanted to treat me because I was so good and I didn't run away for a few weeks. Because I always ran away for a bit and came back. So they found a cave that was north of where our tribe was along the Menadri coast, near Port Damali, just, I don't know, maybe 7 to 8 days away. And so they took me and my little sister to a cave that was just by the road. And I was so excited to explore it that I raced forward with my little sister. And we went to the cave a little bit, and then we heard noises, and I teased my sister, who was being scared, saying, "Oh, it was a bear, it was a bear." And things happened so fast. My parents came up running, laughing, thinking we were being cute, and, well, a bugbear came out and went after my sister and I. It was huge, and I pushed her and ran, trying to get us out, and my parents ran past us. They were not warriors. Well, my mother was smart. She was a little bit of had magical abilities. My father, God, he was an idiot. People said, but they jumped in front, and the bugbear killed them both. And then all I wanted to do was hurt and fight bugbears and take back revenge on everything they did. But I came to realize that if I didn't want to go on this adventure, they would still be alive. So I think I did kill them by wanting to go off an adventure. But when I was screaming and running with my sister, a small band was coming and heard us screaming and running and crying. And they ran up and they slew the bugbear and saved us and escorted us back to the tribe. They happened to be part of the organization that I joined. They were going to leave me with my tribe, but I asked to go with them to learn how to defend people that couldn't defend for themselves. And they showed me a lot of things, and they taught me a lot of things. And I'll forever be thankful for them, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today, or my little sister. So I guess I felt like I owed them. I don't know if that makes sense or anything, but I was 13.
I'm sure that they're proud of who you became, trying to defend those who can't defend themselves. And it is something there's a value I see important in this world. I myself believe the same thing.
Well, you can't always control fate or destiny, whichever you believe. Sometimes it can be a cruel, twisting way out there. But you should never carry that weight with you that it was your fault. There was nothing that you could have done.
I learned that when we were in the Emerald Loop, when I became reborn to be a druid. Afterwards, I guess I became cold and mischievous, and I started becoming cold to death. And then when we found ourselves in the Emerald Loop, and after meeting Maggie in the Maroon 7 or 6, I saw a new light. I saw a difference, a change, and I asked for his help from Melora and Sahin, and they granted it to me. Maybe it's why I'm so volatile, why I'm so angry, or I get happy, or I guess I turned off all my emotions. And I guess only recently, I guess since the Emerald Loop in a way, 'cause it's only been a couple of weeks, I'm feeling again. And a lot of what I feel is pain and anger, but I guess you can say that we've lost a couple people that I thought were good. Rice Pudding, Foghorn. I guess I wasn't able to deal with it, and then with Port Damali, I guess I feel a little broken, but I'm moving forward, and I am trying to focus on keeping everybody else with us. And even though I feel like taking out some anger on, well, I guess a bat this time, but it was one of those things that I'm trying to look forward, and I know that we are doing the right thing. It's why I really want to help Prolix in the situation he's in. Trying to make his life a little bit better, because he's helped us so far as well.
Well, for the ones who have passed, they won't die in vain. The sooner we get into Kelmore and we can find out everything that we're journeying towards. Unfortunately, I mean, if they were able to give their lives for us, I mean, we'll only be able to pay them back by accomplishing this task and reaching Elixion. And after that, living our day to the fullest in their memory and everything. That's the best that we can do for them.
Also, I've walked these lands for a long time. And I can tell you, you can't save everyone, Riot. You just can't. And if you spend too much time getting hung up on those you couldn't, you might miss others standing in front of you whom you could save. So, you changing your mind to always look forward, I think, it's a very good perspective. Because you get caught up in the past, you can't help anybody in the present.
That's true. Maybe with this whole interaction with the guy next door, maybe that is a way for me to talk to him because, well, I've already said hello. But we'll see what we can do.
Since you're an expert chef, I wonder if he likes schnitzel.
What schnitzel?
I don't know exactly. It's something I heard of long ago.
Well, I mean, a thought did come to my mind actually. I still have this dust of deliciousness from Bazozan, and if I could make him a meal or get him to eat just a bite, it'll be the most delicious thing he's ever had. And then, and then Naya, like, she has these nice spells, right? If it's a wisdom saving throw on, like, a wisdom thing for him, like, trying to be really, like, aware of something, he has a less chance of actually realizing what's going on. So, might be able to get some information that way. Invite him over for breakfast. After, like, a sorry for what I did to him, and startle him in his area. I can make really nice sweet treats, by the way. Give one to him, maybe.
Well, we can add that to maybe plan B or plan C, but I think right now plan A is for Melina, unless things have changed, but for Melina to take a more direct approach. Where I failed, perhaps Melina could actually spark a in-depth conversation with our friend ZD.
I mean, you can combine the two. It just depends if he is willing. But inviting him in, that means we contain him in with walls all around. He won't be able to escape as easily.
And then cram cookies down his mouth. Got it.
Well, we don't need cram cookies around his mouth. You can be friendly about it, not aggressive.
Waterboarding. Well, no one's going to be aggressive, but
Well, he said cram cookies down his mouth. I mean, the last time somebody tried cramming cookies, I choked on it.
Well, I would say for him, it's just more about feeling him out, seeing what he's like, and then what he's able to divulge, and what he's willing to talk about. But, I mean, it's always worth a shot. But at least we contain him in an area if anything is to happen.
And if Naya has any spells that can get him to really talk a lot, or maybe be our friend, or charm him for a while. I mean, a charmed person who's a friend of ours, like, they would tell a lot more than just a little bit. And I mean, depending if we can get Naya charming him without him even seeing it, I don't know. Help her have a little bit of a, word's not coming to me, but like a little bit of a distance from the group, just being like a rather outside friend he's very friendly with.
Like, that's always an option, but pretty much all of the spells that would involve charm or anything like that, they're wisdom there's wisdom throws, whether that's a spell or a feat.
So he would have disadvantage on all his wisdom throws if he actually ate dusted deliciousness.
Yeah. So
you also
anything revolving Nia charming someone, though she is very charming, and if you want to do just like a straight charm, like a charisma.
Well, there's that available. You also have the power of your speech to kind of offer, kind of like a little bit of an inception, put thoughts in, words, get them to speak easier, suggest things to them in such a way that they might divulge some information.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely suggestion, and then the other one I'd rather not use if we don't have to, because it's not anywhere near as friendly. Because then they speak out of fear, which would be words of terror. Again, that's also wisdom based.
Well, that's possibly what we might need, though, too. Can't always be nice about these things. And if he is a
True.
cultist of Zahir, that's far greater than your petty street thief or anything. That could lead to deeper and darker things.
I also have the spell charm person if you don't want to do it.
Oh, Nia doesn't have an issue doing it, especially with what's at stake. It's just a matter of what approach we want to take.
I mean, there's a bunch of avenues, and he is surrounded by the 5 of us, and there's only one of him. And if outcomes are not to, be going so well with our way, I mean, we have a couple countermeasures to ensure that our words and that our magic take hold, i.e., I'm talking about silvery barbs and any other things that we have, but
Yeah.
it's just a matter of trying to get him in and lure him in. Possible to be a friendly neighbor, but he may have other things, but we can always try.
I can always see if he wants breakfast in the morning and start there.
Your little disguise costume, Mia, is looking pretty good just about now, about an hour and 15 minutes since you've started doing it. It's doing up pretty great.
And then she kind of looks, as she's finishing up, she kind of looks over to Julian and to Riot within their time in the Marriott. It's is this kind of what you had in mind for is this cultish enough?
Julian just asleep, leaning back on the bench.
His camera's off now, so you never know.
Yeah. Julian did say he was going to bed an hour ago, so he probably skulked out of this conversation, just I'm out.
Well, he might have left. Maybe he left to go back to. He wasn't sleeping at this place, right? He had to
now you really have that anime outline thing, Julian, just that blinking. Yeah.
Oh, also, Riot, if ever there's another, animal, remember, although you probably have that spell as well, but I also have Speak with Animals, so that's always an option as well.
Oh, to be honest, you can always speak to Shimmer whenever you want. I don't have that spell. I have to choose that spell, otherwise I can't really use it.
It's one of the spells that I have with my, Vandor.
Well, you could always talk to Shimmer and ask Shimmer to do something for you if you wanted. I would support him, but I mean, I'd be a little nervous sending him down a chimney right now. So I don't.
I wouldn't want to send him anywhere. But I'm just saying, if other bats show up that you think are just bats or if whatnot, we could always try talking to them.
Which is perfect. I could even spend a wild shape to actually summon a familiar for a time.
Also, for more infiltration stuff, through my Bandor, we have the spells Fly, Invisibility, and Levitate are all options as well.
Those can all be useful.
Also, Protection from Evil and Good. That's also in there.
I believe I got that one. Let me see. Yeah, that's a good one too. I have that as well.
Yeah, and also, if ever the guy tries to run away, if ZD tries to run away, we got Entangle. Grab him. No getting away! Vines, keep him!
I'm laughing about a playlist. It's you guys RP'd past my nighttime playlist to the point where it's morning. Music-wise, I'm just laughing about it.
We were just talking till the birds came up.
Yeah, no. It's when you game for 5 hours and it's oh shit, is that birds outside?
Yeah, right.
just all of that just to say, my Bandor, it comes with 7 spells. I can use 1 per day. So basically doubled my spell repertoire.
To answer your question, if you're sort of looking at your arsenal there, I think I told you last time that you've managed to harvest 1 dose of it, and 1 dose is enough for one-time coating on a weapon.
Or what?
He's asking about Demon Acorn in chat.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I did screenshot that. Thanks for the reminder.
I'm
Oh,
kind of
I
I'm
also
kinda looking
forgot about my
forward-
smoke pipe. I'm gonna start smoking some monsters in here.
I'm really looking forward to eventually getting the opportunity to use this class ability. It'll be insane when I get to use it. I just think it'll maybe be a little while, but it'll be fun.
That's pretty humanoid. Well, I think we have a small plan for tomorrow, perhaps. We can always start with it, and the dust and deliciousness would definitely help with whatever we are expecting to try to do.
Mm-hmm. With that, I think Nia finished. I think we've hit our. Have we hit our 2-hour mark at this point?
Sure.
Nia like lifts up her garment and it just kind of gives it a nod. It's just like, yeah, I think this is good. And then she kind of hands it to Melina. Would you be able to put that in the bag for us, please?
I place it in the bag.
In the bag, Hans.
So the dust deliciousness works for an hour. Disadvantage on wisdom ability checks and saving throws.
There
Yes.
you go.
So the same amount of time a charmed person would work.
Suggestion lasts 8 hours. So
Riot's gonna make some food for everybody. Well, the food was brought to us, right? It's just gonna make it a little bit tastier with flavor and stuff, and add herbs and everything like that.
yeah, the two options we have is this one and that one is a class spell, and then always suggestion. What's the other one?
Does Zeno blow these like beasts at Riot or something as he's making them?
Yeah, he's making little moorbounders dance around the room and they just one by one puff away.
Yeah, not in your face, but yeah.
And then
Oh,
if
Riot
we
would be fine for the move rounders.
Yeah. You can play like
Do we-
monster chess with them. You just blow out like little chess pieces and like.
This is wizard's chess.
Yeah.
if we want to be more endearing to ZD and appeal to what he likes and things that he knows, I can always cast tongues so that someone can speak to him, have a conversation with him in his native language, so long as we can identify what language that is.
Lena would know.
I mean, he speaks with a Dwendalian accent, so he's from Dwindlin, and if he's an elf, he will speak Elvish, I'm sure. I'm just going off looks and from what I've seen.
Well, then quite a few of us are fluent in Elvish anyway.
It might be easier to stick to the common tongue. That way it's just easier for everyone, unless he wants to engage in something specifically.
I'm gonna start reading my book, the dexterity book. Given that I have the elf trance, not that I'm ignoring anybody, I'm kind of paying attention. But I want to start. I'm interested in this book. I want to start reading it to get through it within the 6 days.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and deduct 4 hours that you're going to be spending during your while Brias essentially sleeps. You can go ahead and deduct 4 hours out of that progress. What's the total amount of time you spend on the book?
Let me throw it in the chat.
48 hours and 6 days.
48 hours straight? Yeah, over
No.
48 hours
Over
over
6.
6 days straight. Okay.
Has to be within those 6 days.
Yes.
48
Or it
hours.
resets.
Yeah.
Cool. So you go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm
You
gonna,
have a lot of reading to do.
I'm gonna put a big old 44 below it, like 44 hours remaining, just like
Gotcha.
hours left of reading. It is a lot to go through as you are going through the manual of quickness, but we'll do that. Cool.
I want to find that, but in wisdom.
Neat. So he'll do that, and he'll enter his trance in the south quarters. As far as I understood, Melina and Nia, you guys are sleeping in the north quarters, in the north apartment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just right across the hall.
Do you guys want to do any other RP stuff, or did the plan more or less formula? I'm just going by the general vibes of people moving on to other things.
we can go to next day.
Okay,
Wright's
cool.
gonna make some treats tonight for extra health the next day, just in case things go a little bit awire.
Yeah, like with your chef feat?
Yep.
Cool. Did we establish where Julian's spending the night?
He went back to the Harried Mongoose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do.
Okay, if he's
Yep.
talking, I'm not sure if he's replying or anything, so I don't hear him. So for now, I'll just do that. Going with his last plan. Harried Mongoose. Alrighty then. Nighttime.
Is Julian even still here?
I'm not sure.
Just asking.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit closer to 9 o'clock. I don't know how long this plan might take. Do you guys want to do something else in the morning that we can, or do here next session, or do you guys want to try to power through it?
We can do a little bit of it. I mean, I'm off for the next week, so.
Do you want to call
I
it
have to-
now, Nick? Do you feel like
I have
you're-
to wake up. I have to wake up earlier tomorrow because I'm driving out of town again.
Cool.
So instead of getting up at 5, I have to get up at 4.
All right, that's probably for the best because Melina and Nia, you guys are sort of, asleep. It's about a few hours into the night. When you wake up to noise coming from inside your apartment.
At what time?
This is dead of night. I'm not sure. Like those of you who wear armor for comfort's sake, you've doffed off your armor and you're sleeping in the bed. You've put away your things. Did you close the door or did you open it? Did you leave it like a breeze through your room?
Nia, how do you sleep with the door? Open, closed, shut?
Closed.
Closed.
Okay, closed.
Okay, so
I'm
you
closed.
you wake up in darkness with your dark vision on. You look outside. The sun has not risen up. It's dead of night, but you hear footfalls from within your apartment.
You said foot?
Footfalls, yes. Footfalls. Somebody's rummaging within your apartment from beyond the door.
I'm going to kind of get Nia's attention. I'm sure we're both up and kind of looking at each other, maybe dazed and confused. She's going to tiptoe over if there was like a little counter or something, grab her wand, have it at like the low ready. Other than the feet, is there like any like little murmuring? Can I tell how many feet there are? Is it just one set of feet? Is there 2? 3?
Pressing your sort of ear against the door and listening in stealthily, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Lame.
I will roll as well because Nia will also be helping.
Sure.
And I just want to throw in, with my trance,
Oh, what? What?
would I hear anything? I'm
17.
not 100% asleep.
What's your passive perception?
17.
Great. Zeno, what's your passive perception?
Passive, let me switch over to my core. 15.
15. So Nia first, because she did. Nia, you hear 3 sets of footprints shuffling around. Well, it sounds 3, 4, definitely more than 2. And then you and Zeno, you rouse from your trance. This will disturb your long rest if you do this. But you rouse from your trance,
So be it.
and you hear a window open down the street, and that just sort of disturbs you from your meditation. There shouldn't be little to any people around, but just so happens that it's a very creaky, rusty window in the dead night, just across the street, coming from somewhere up the north.
Nia.
So I'm just gonna handle this one time because people ask me like multiple things at the same time. Zeno, if you were to like look outside the window down the street where the noise is coming from, you can see this individual veiled in all black with a little shoulder on, and he's holding onto the bottom of like a ladder as a second individual, equally veiled in masks, is proceeding down from the window and down these steps. And Nia, you can hear that the window being opened is this one over yonder. Let me ping it. This one over yonder. You can hear the footsteps shuffling away, yeah.
Nia would grab Tickles. I think that's what her. Yeah, Tickles. From the table.
Who's
It would click
Tickles?
in and kind of.
Oh, it's not dagger.
It's a dagger.
Yeah.
It's a dagger. Yeah. And would kind of like quick, like in kind of like really quick, like sign and like whispering to like Melita, and she'd be like kind of like really quickly be like, "Should we go? We should go, right?"
Yeah, if we hear stammering of feet and everything, then if they're leaving or just if they're still rummaging, then I'm gonna come in through the door and then just hopefully. First, let's start with the door and see who's there.
As soon as you open a door, you can see in a similarly veiled individual in these reddish clothes with a black, sort of dark maroonish black cloak and a mask, looks up to you with eyes wide, sort of panicking, and says, "Shit, we're out of here," and pushes the other person out the window, and you catch them just as they're leaving through the window.
I cast banishment on him.
Okay. Now, I want to reveal this to ask you. Do you want to go through with this, or do you want to hold it for next session?
We'll hold then.
Cool. I just want to end session there. By saying this last, as you are going, you're picking up whatever reagents you need for the banishment spell. What you think is an item distasteful to target, or whatever your wand, I guess, your spell focus that replaces the material component. You go for your belongings where your wand is, where you've kept them, and you find your wand. What you don't find is a jewel of 3 prayers and your bag of holding. It's not where you last left it. You glance over, one of them is holding the one, and another one behind her is holding the other one. The thieves make it out.
Who has it?
So, one of the thieves has your bag of holding, another thief has the jewel of 3 prayers, and a third thief is proceeding down the ladder as you cast banishment, and that's what we're going to call our session.
If you don't have,
vanish.
I was gonna say if she doesn't have her wand to cast banishment.
She has her wand, but she doesn't have the bag of holding, and the jewel of 3 prayers are missing from her general belongings. They left your clothes alone.
I thought the jewel was around Melina's neck.
Yeah, she wears it.
It was on my neck.
It was.
Unless they took it off.
It was.
Ooh.
Yes.
So they got in our room. How'd they get past my passive perception?
Of 17. Yes.
Wow.
So
I do. So next session, I do want to make sure I can take an action before they start to flee.
Right? Oh no, certainly. This is going to be a whole chase thing if you guys are chasing after them, especially if somebody's getting banished and all that. It sounds like a whole series of actions that's going to be very eventful. But if you want to call it, then we can handle it with fresh heads. I think, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm totally cool with calling it.
No, absolutely. You got to stop. You're essentially sacrificing your long rest for a chance to be in on this. Of course.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Neat.
I'm gonna be sleepy.
Whew.
Well, this will be interesting for you guys.
Well, if Xeno decides to wake you up, I mean, it'll be interesting for you too.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Riot, there's so much shiny outside.
I'm just sitting here, you guys are paying beautifully, and I'm like, I don't want to disturb any of this. If this would be like the end of session, like Zenith, then so be it. If we're not gonna get into, yeah.
This is why you want to have a very high perception person holding on to stuff.
Well, I mean, you're asleep, like you're unconscious.
Yeah, but see, Riot like sleeps holding onto his bag, like he uses pressure.
Okay, but you're unconscious. Your passive perception is your passive perception -5 when you're unconscious.
I know.
Them's the
I mean,
rules.
if you're lifting up someone's head and stuff, like that's a little bit.
If you're approaching a sleeping guard and you're trying to pickpocket them while they're asleep and unconscious, I'm gonna be using the exact same rules.
Go ahead.
You're gonna have an advantage of picking up that stuff from this sleeping guard, even if he's holding to it like it's his blanket.
Oh, that's fine. Right, it's not gonna do it.
I already know what Nia's gonna do if Melina decides that she wants to see our missing things ever again and doesn't want to banish them to another realm.
Well, banishment comes back after like what, an hour?
A minute.
A minute.
There you go.
Do you want a success on it, Nick, just for the sake of planning?
Well, no, I was gonna say, okay, so I saw the first guy. So the first one who's in the place, because
Let me put us back on the map for context. Yes.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to go back and like say like, oh, well, I found this out and changed my answer. But if there's multiple of them, am I able to change the spell, or are we just gonna hold it like you catch banishment? And
You can change the spell if you want to. You get up, you realize what action you want to do. You go for your wand to cast a spell, and you realize that those items are missing, and then like you get to make a plan.
Okay.
We'll put a pause on it in the world if you don't want to cast banishment. It would be more final. It would be more final if I told you the result. You know.
Oh, okay. I mean, I have hypnotic pattern. That's a wider area to get all three of them. Hopefully, if you told me that there was, you said there was 3 sets, right?
Yeah. So like you're looking through the door, so I'll just put you like here, right? Like you open the door, you come through with your wand ready. You see you see 2 individuals are sort of proceeding down through the window, escaping by like what looks to be like a ladder placed at the very ledge, and a third one holding the bottom of the ladder, just sort of peeking from the bottom of it.
Julian, do you regret going back to the harried mongoose?
Julian's gonna sleep good. Look.
Bro, no one is here. I'm sleeping so good. Although we do have the
Julian's gonna be the only one with like a long rest benefit. Everybody's gonna be like red-eyed and black under their eyes. And
Ryan's gonna go back to sleep for 8 hours. He doesn't care.
I did set up that telepathy that lasts for 8 hours, so you guys can start screaming in my head if you want to.
Yeah.
Who did you connect it to then?
I don't even remember.
Well, then your party's not gonna remember either.
I think I said that I would connect it with everybody who was not staying in the harried mongoose, but that's everyone in the party. So I think I would leave out. Right.
That's fine.
So the party sort of split 2 ways like this right now, with Julian at the Harried Mongoose and everybody else at the Alcove in the Sigil District, which is how far away is your telepathy, Julian?
It's a mile.
A mile. Okay, so that's good. It's still within.
That's like 50 to 100.
Yeah, so he's still within range. Cool. I'm just checking that. The only thing is, yeah, no, they can send you messages. Yeah, it's one directional, but it's a web outwards from you. Okay, cool. Neat. All right, so I mean, you can come up with an action you want to do next turn. I just want to make this whole thing now, especially with people dozing off a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. Do I? Yeah.
What's up?
Are there no guards?
No.
I'm looking out the window.
You glance outside.
I have very clear line of sight.
Yeah, you have clear line of sight. You're glancing outside what's going on. The street is empty. There were 2 guards posted when you went to your trance. They're gone.
I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Not even like unconscious on the ground or anything. They're literally just gone. Okay. We'll pick up from there. That's just it's good. I'm just sitting here like with my notes prepared for like the first encounter or whatever, because this is what I rolled for tonight. Just didn't realize you guys were going to be sharing like your life stories, which was interesting. I'll have to go over the footage to really go over it all and add some things to my notes. That lovely roleplay. Yeah.
You made me laugh so hard with that whisper.
Because I thought, is that what we were talking about? Like the same person? Yeah, that's funny. Everybody's bringing NPCs from actual lore. I'm like, I guess I'll put them in the campaign. I have their stat box. So, yeah.
Oh, come on. You could have seen that happen, though, right?
Yeah.
Cute and cuddly Tabaxi, and then, like, you know, she's teaching them how to get some nice and shiny.
You just make sure you're not playing, like, me and the DM, right? Like, whatever you bring in is also relevant to future or something.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Shanks is his childhood friend. I can give you information on that if you want.
Sure. That would be nice. Cool. I don't really have much feedback or pros and cons. The session was mostly centered around you guys and your roleplay and stuff. I guess what should I name this episode is my only question.
Even deeper.
Just a little bit, yeah. Still on the surface.
Still getting there.
Yeah.
99 levels to go.
Evening comes finally.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I was running some fun math. Julian, your speed's 120, isn't it?
What? No.
What's your speed?
Speed is 30.
Wow.
But like dashing, what is your speed? What's your dashing speed?
Assuming I use both my action and my bonus action to dash, it's 90.
90. Okay.
No, your mobile feat gives you plus 10 movement, doesn't
Oh,
it?
Plus
wait,
plus
yeah,
15
yeah.
for
So-
plus 10?
Assuming it's
Plus 10.
assuming I use so it's 120.
Yeah.
So you're
And-
40, you move 120.
Yeah.
One turn is what? Is how many seconds? Curious.
10
seconds.
10
6
seconds? It's 6
Boom.
seconds?
It's whatever time is allotted equally across everybody involved. That's the general rule. About 6
One
seconds,
minute.
maybe more, maybe less.
Yeah.
Like-
So basically, roughly 2,400. That was feet. I calculated this. Yeah. 2,400 feet. Doing all of those things, you get there in like 2 minutes.
So you get there in 20 turns.
Yep, 20 rounds of combat.
Wow. Yeah. 20 rounds of
Assuming
banishment.
there's combat and I don't just run away.
Now do you regret not sleeping with the party? Getting left out of all the fun.
I'm getting flashbacks. Megan, you were not there, but our little party for the other campaign, I asked them out loud, does anybody want to set up a watch for your thing? And they were like, no, what's the worst that can happen? Like, we don't need to watch, we'll all sleep. And then they got all ambushed by orcs and almost died. And I was like, always.
Oh, no.
Party together. Watch. Always. It's like, even in town, you never know.
Well, I don't know what Chris has been through in other campaigns, but I know like Jess and Pat, like I've been with Jess and Pat, and like I don't think we've ever had like rest that we actually really bothered to like set
So
a
the
guard.
DM has to make an extra effort in teaching you guys a lesson.
Oh boy.
Especially with Riot being trailed for the past like several hours. Until you finally, you were like, how much damage do I deal with my guiding bolt? I'm like, it doesn't matter, it has 1 HP. My guy is a familiar, but if you just
No, I've been
poof it
getting
up,
trailed.
poof it out of
Telling
existence.
everybody
Because Guiding Bolt doesn't miss, right?
No, it can.
It can. He just hit with an 18 versus a bat.
this. I mean, his dexterity was...
A
his
bat
AC
with
was,
with
like,
5
10.
feet speed because it's crawling and not flying. So it's crawling up the chimney, trying to get away. You're like, bah!
Neve's gonna be so pissed.
Just a little bit.
Right, will even say, I didn't know it was yours.
Mm. No,
But yeah, that was funny.
just pest control.
Hey, the guards warned me something came down a chimney into an apartment that broke in. I was removing the possibility.
I didn't do it, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, what sort of DM would I be if I did this? But you guys are like lodged right beside the Zahir guy. I almost said his name. And I'm just like, what if I roll for like Zahir guy, just put a cup against the wall, just listen to you guys make a plan on how to charm
What's
him?
his name?
Nobody
No.
asked.
It's
Tell
ZD.
us. Anyway.
Riot really wants to have breakfast with
ZG.
him tomorrow.
ZD.
ZD.
That here dude. He doesn't know we're talking about him. We're talking about ZD.
Yeah, we're going on ZD.
I didn't do it. That's why I'm talking to you guys about it, because I didn't do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give you guys some room. Otherwise, the entire world is against you, and it's hyper realistic, and it's like playing fucking Darkest Dungeon difficulty here.
Yeah, because even if he couldn't tell that it was him that we were talking about, we're talking about charming somebody. That's not generally well taken by most people.
I mean, it depends on what kind of charm you do.
I just find it funny as a DM, looking from God's point of view and seeing like him like just sitting there in his apartment, and you guys like 10 feet away from him, and I'm just like, I could do it, but I won't.
I don't
Like,
think it's funny that Riot's being followed, but he doesn't have the items.
comes by with like a tray of cookies.
What
Some-
is chances he's awake?
Hmm?
What is chances he's awake?
Now at the dead of 9, close to 0 probably. Like it's scary late.
I just realized something. If it is who I like, if someone's stealing the ore from the bag of holding and find out it's in Melina's, that's not a great implication.
And I'll say this too, because I know Nick will ask me, like, he heard a voice say, like, oh shit, we're caught, we have to leave. Not a voice you recognize.
Okay, I was about to ask that.
It
I feel
sounded,
like these guys are the veal.
it sounded soft, whispered, and purring, almost feline-like. But again, not Neem-ish, but not Neem, is what I'm saying.
What does she smell like? Does the person smell like?
This is the meme where it's like, I'm just shaking my head as Melina. I'm like, that's a shame, and I'm just loading a fucking shotgun. I'm just loading my wand up with just slug rounds. Because unfortunately, I'm coming in hard on this one.
This is my domicile, damn it! I just go all America on him, all Texas.
Yeah,
I get out my wand. I got my shotgun.
Yeah,
this
is stand your ground right here.
Yeah.
Well, basically, like, whoever doesn't get caught up in Melina's shit, like, Nia's grabbing her bandor and she's entangling these fuckers.
Bandolier is what you're trying to say? What's a bandor?
It's a bandcore.
What's a bandcore?
It's in the thing. It's in our items. You have it in the items. It's the Falklikin bandor.
Oh, your instrument. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's a foreign word that I don't know. But yeah, you're talking about this thing. Yeah, the little cool little instrument.
And like we were discussing before, one of the spells, one of the daily spells that I could use is Entangle, which is very useful.
Yes, it is. Indeed.
That will be very interesting for you to cast on all three of them with the hypnotic spell. But there's one outside the window that Zeno's going to go for.
It does 20. It does 20 square feet.
I actually have, hilariously enough, whole person already prepared for the last like 3 days, thinking something was going to happen.
Good. Nick is just asking, like, will we open Necroparpin? I'm like, if you drag a bed in there or something, or just set up bed bags, and yeah, you can make a camp.
Right,
I was never in there before, so I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to bounce, but nice to meet you there, Lorian. Hopefully we get more people with cameras on.
I actually
I
ordered
might do it
myself
next
one,
week.
so
I'm
maybe
down.
not next week, but the week after.
I
mean,
will.
It feels like we're at the table, like rolling our dice and shit. Like it's more
Your
fun.
camera's so
honestly.
much nicer than mine, though. What are you using?
I'm using a Logitech HD 720p from.
Can you like bring your face
17
closer to
years
it so
ago.
we can really like see all your pores? Oh god.
Bro, I'm literally just using. This is literally just my laptop, my built-in laptop camera.
Bry's playing on Roll20 on a laptop.
This is from 2000.
How does it run?
No, I just the one that I just ordered myself because I wanted one. I figured it was time because I don't have a laptop.
You had one when we played Humblewood.
But cheers, guys. There you go.
So yeah.
I guess I
Later.
was. That was a work laptop.
Fine.
My laptop that I bought when I started university in 2012. Aging myself. It didn't work anymore, so I had a work laptop that I kind of used as a personal laptop. I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did.
So I have a quick question because I have to prepare next session. I went into this like thieves, just looking at things that are shining or whatever, riot style. Just saw whatever I could grab, and I grabbed it using the appropriate checks. I have a question though because I don't know this. Where is the ring? It's on Xeno's finger, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Which ring?
The ruidium ring.
one?
Yeah, the ruidium.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ring of
okay.
Fury.
Yeah. No, your ring is safe, Julian. Nobody's stealing your ring of protection. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Your bling is
Yeah.
safe. You.
I
Yeah.
I just bought
My
that
ring
shit.
is safe.
Yeah. You're doing what Xeno was doing with the whole separating away from party on like a half-mile radius, though. So that's super effective.
Yeah, no. I'm looking forward to the
Originally, we were gonna
Yeah.
have Prolix and I think Riot with me, but they
One
decided-
of the
they changed
thieves is
their
like
mind.
4'5" and he's like, "Ah, guys, they're gonna catch us."
They changed their mind. I was like, all right, I guess I'm spending the night by myself, and I already paid for a week, so you know.
You can get your money back. Just flash the
I
badge. Be like, "Yeah,
Can
I
I
actually get free lodging. Can I get my deposit back?" Yeah, of course. That's the whole point of joining a faction, is so you can have those kind of
I feel like
privileges.
I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be a kind of a dick move,
It
though.
is.
Like, just let the dude
Absolutely.
keep his silver.
Yeah.
Just let the dude keep his silver.
Not like it was that much.
You're
silver.
giving 10 gold to Gilmore, but you won't lose coppers and silvers to an inn. Like, yeah. Whatever, it's your
wasn't
choice.
offering that.
Listen, you made a good choice in certain fronts. You don't have thieves in the night coming to you and stealing your things. So,
True.
yeah. Now, if the
You
whole
know, but
party
you're
just
living
slept
in
in a,
like bougie apartments.
yeah, if the whole party just slept in like a pentagram shape across the map, that'd be great. I can run 5 different campaigns at the same time. It's wonderful. I literally don't know what to do with Julian. I'm not gonna lie to you. The beginning of next session is probably gonna be with you just being like, "Hey, Julian, how's it going? You chill for a bit. I guess you're running toward the party." Yeah.
I'm so chill. I'm
You
sleeping.
sipping your morning coffee.
Until
you love
people
so
wake me
much,
up.
out at the front of the cafe, having a little baguette.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like 3 a.m. No, I'm just asleep until people wake me up or
Can
something.
you
I
even
don't know.
receive like telekinetic messages while you're unconscious?
I
Like,
think so.
wouldn't it just be like a dream? Like, like Melina just shows up in your dream, like, "We're getting stolen from." And you're like, "Nice dream." Anyway, moving on. Like a super realistic dream all of a sudden.
I think they can still like yell inside my head. It's just a matter of whether or not I wake up.
I would say
I think
that you can wake up. It's like talking to you, so it's like rousing somebody from sleep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Julian's gonna be like in a dream where he's like rich and famous and he has all these women and all this stuff. He's like, man, this is the
Women?
life.
Living the life.
Women.
He's living the life, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
just like incoherent screaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Just getting a call from work at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah. Okay, note for self, make use of apartment map. Apparently not enough building maps for the city. It's just like a 10 by 10 room. This is where I stay. Like, rent's crazy. Okay.
Alex has his own house, not an apartment. Okay, my man is bougie up in here.
I need to start speaking up more because like as soon as we found the bat in the house and they knew we were at, I was like, we're getting followed. We just broke into their place. They probably fucking knew it was us. They're probably gonna do the same.
It's like getting
But-
pinged in Rainbow Six. They're here already. They're already in the
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn it.
Well, why didn't you? Because you just wanted to not interrupt RP like I did? Like,
Well, I don't want to interrupt RP, but I'm also just like, I just want stuff to progress. Like, I just don't want to get hung up on, that's just going to open up a can of worms because then it's going to take 20 minutes to convince everybody or to be like, all right, well, I'm actually going to go.
you don't have to be 20 minutes. Just be
Here
like,
or
hey guys, the
something.
bat is here. Like, means that we're getting followed. Maybe something is up. Maybe we should, like, one of us should stay awake or something. You know? It doesn't have to be 20 minutes. Just, yeah. Whatever works, though. It's fine. It's part of an adventure. Don't consider this a failure. Consider this another event in a long string of events that's going to happen to you.
No, I'm about to commit murder.
That's fine. You can just kill one of the thieves and then you'll get your stuff back. That's not a crime. It's self-defense.
Well, I'm gonna say goodnight. Night,
Yeah.
guys. Bye-bye.
I'm surprised you don't have any,
I'm
like,
gonna-
sigils of the defense, like an alarm spell or, like, gleeful warning. Banishment is cool.
I don't.
It's just that, that's what those spells are for. To prevent. I was going to actually
I'm
ask
gonna
you,
get
because
up
Sounds good.
as well.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you, Nick, if you have any spell like that before I did this encounter,
No,
but then
I don't.
you didn't say we were casting it, so.
No, I don't have anything
Night,
like
guys.
alarm.
Night.
Glyph. Oh, see you later, man. I don't have anything like that. I still have a level 1 scroll that I can learn, but that's gravity well.
I gave Julian the 4K, right? I don't remember. I'll have to
No.
review.
He
Oh, yeah, no, I
gave
did.
him 4K, but it was in store credit.
Store credit, yeah. I was like, thinking about this, like, I wanted to avoid a hoarding sort of thing where people just hoard up magic items to the point that they become, like, not so rare and not so precious. But no, then he said he was going to trade for something in store, and that changes things around.
Jesus Christ, everyone's taking like so many shopping things and all this shit.
I mean, I did suggest to Will to do it over a P chat, and he told him let's do it as a group. Right? So he waited. It's just following up on what you told him. It's fine. It's done. Like, I don't think next session is gonna be any shopping. People running out of money.
I'm tired of shopping.
What's Julian's AC now? 21. A rogue with 21 AC. Fucking disgusted.
Take a dip in wizard fucking Songblade or whatever. You'll get even fucking more.
How does he have? I'm sure it's legit. I'm just looking to see what he has. He has +1 armor. That's how. Okay.
Yeah, +1 studded.
+1 stud armor, +2 ring. It's fine. His attunement slots are going.
Shield. I think he's carrying a shield too.
So he can't because he's dual wielding. Last time I checked.
Oh, I thought.
Oh yeah, it says new shield. Whatever new shield means.
I don't know.
Called it new shield.
New shield. I mean, it's a +2 to the AC. Okay, as long as that's fine.
I don't think he's dual wielding. But
He also has.
So
he also
wait,
has.
so how do...
Yeah. So.
No, I was gonna say, how does his score add up to what was it?
So his AC modifier +4 from dexterity. So 14. It's 21 altogether. 14 +1 from his armor. +2 from his shield. 14. +1 from armor. +2 from shield. +2 from ring is 19. +2 from somewhere else. That's why I looked at it and was like, that was weird.
He might think he has the. Does he have the thing checked with like the prayer, the ring? Or
The
excuse me, the
jewel
amulet?
of prayers is not checked off now.
Okay, I didn't know if he had that or not. I have it on mine, so it gives me that bonus.
Yeah, he doesn't have any IC modifiers. Doesn't have Veil of Dusk either. So, what else?
Wait, so he has. Wait, so his studded leather enchanted
Mm-hmm.
is a total of 13 baseline, then, right?
Yes.
So then he has 13, and he has a what of dex?
4 modifier.
So that's 17. The
Mhm.
ring, 19.
it's 21.
Yeah, so then he has a shield. That's 21. Okay.
Yeah.
If he,
That adds up.
yeah.
Yep, that adds up. Yep, just attunement slots are being used up for AC. That's fine. It's just the highest AC I've ever saw a rogue have.
If he literally
yeah.
goes Songblade, like takes 2 levels in Songblade, because he relies on intelligence, that'll spike even fucking more, and he'll get the shield spell if he takes that too. So he's almost at 30.
Oh yeah, absolutely, which would be insane. Only thing is, he'll be multi-classed into 3 other classes, which is disgusting. Also, I don't think he has any intelligence for it. Isn't Spellblade wizard?
Yeah, it's wizard, but they rely on intelligence. He's psionic, so he relies on intelligence, I think.
It does not. His intelligence modifier is 0.
Oh.
Yep, it's his psionic stuff comes from his rogue, which is dexterity.
I thought they were tied to an intelligence though, like with other stuff you did. I don't know.
I can look it up, but I know the subclass itself does not require that stuff. It requires psionic die, which is just a resource, which is not.
That
is the count of psionic die counted with intelligence? I'm not sure.
I thought he had abilities that relied on his intelligence score with the psionic abilities. His subclass, but
I can certainly look for it. It's not really urgent right now, but I know for sure he cannot multi-class into wizard as it stands because he just dumped intelligence for everything else.
Yeah.
Subclass.
Yeah. So, which is funny because his strength is -1. So if I was really that versus DM, and I could just if I do hit and I manage to grapple restraining him, is probably not getting out much. But there's plenty of scary things out there that are not escapable with armor class.
What is Julian's subclass?
He's a soul knife rogue with
Soul
a
Knife.
warlock of the hexblade sort of branch.
I see.
Yes. Episode 31. Sean Gilmore, and then apartments. That's fine. Is he gonna be so gay that you're gonna make him so offensive you're gonna get cancelled on YouTube? No.
It just sounds like Big Gay Al.
Uh,
Alright, I think I need to start getting my stuff ready for tomorrow. Actually, I have a lot of it ready. I pre-prepped.
mhm.
So, okay. Oh, I'm gonna touch base with that L guy later this week, like towards the end of the week, and see how he's feeling about stuff, if he's talked to anyone, and then if he never like technically invited us, so I just wanted to make sure if we were still a good pick or if he had
Oh, the guy
decided.
who. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, who are you talking about?
No, the guy from last week,
Okay.
Friday.
I mean, it takes a while to find him.
Yeah, that's fine with the DM. I just wanted to touch base with him and be like, hey, like, did you feel good about our conversation? Like, do you want me and Tom to join?
Seemed like it, yeah. But you
Yeah,
can
seemed
touch
like
base,
it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm. Yeah, I never want to assume anything.
Sure.
Put someone on the spot or something. But plus, if we are to play
Sounds
together,
good.
it's always good to just, stay in touch and be like, all right, well, cool. Tell me about your character idea, pal.
The only thing about next session, in terms of this campaign, is, in order to not gain exhaustion through sleep, you always take a moment in the morning to redress your armor and stuff. So if you are doing anything combative, just check off your armor, because you're not wearing it.
No problem. Yeah,
Just-
let me.
just so you
do
know,
that
yeah.
now. Yeah.
It'll make you faster running down the street after these things, but like you really all wake up in your pajamas, like it's like getting ambushed in the darkest dungeon. Yeah.
And you said that would avoid point of exhaustion, or no matter what I'm.
Yeah, when you're long resting, anybody who sleeps in heavy armor, or and I believe medium armor as well. I believe it's medium and heavy, gains a point of exhaustion if they sleep like 4 hours in their armor. That's under the PHP and stuff. So I always assume people like doff off their armor and sleep in normal clothes and stuff. And all that.
I'm wearing light armor.
I will read into light armor. I think you'll find in light armor. I think if you're doing that to yourself, how comfortable is that to sleep in? But yeah, let me look into it right now. Because I can look up answers real quick in my compendium. Resting long rest PHP. A character can benefit from more than one long rest in 24 hours, and a character must have at least one hit point at the start of the rest to gain benefits. Where's the thing about armor?
What, donning and doffing?
Donning and doffing.
Sleeping in armor.
If you sleep in armor, it's an exhaustion.
Who doesn't want to sleep in place?
Sleeping in light armor has no adverse effects to the wearer, but sleeping in medium or heavy armor makes it difficult to recover fully during a long rest. When you finish a long rest during which you slept in medium or heavy armor, you regain only 1/4 of your spent hit dice. If you have any levels of exhaustion, the rest does not reduce your exhaustion levels. You do not gain exhaustion, you just don't recover from it. Okay, good to know.
Got it.
I'll paste that in chat.
You have all your hit die though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, go
I'll
for
be
it.
alright.
A little while.
Maybe you're always sleeping in your armor. That's fine, especially if it's light armor. You're always ready on the go.
Bro, I used to sleep in my fucking IOTV when I was in the army, and God, that was awful.
It is awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wasn't in the army when I was in cadets, and they made us sleep in like. This was like back in my sailing days, so fucking wet gear and shit. Just for like an hour, just like they'll be like, take a nap. Okay, can I change? I'm like, no, take a nap.
Dude, that shit sucks. Because like after a while, like the weight starts bearing down on your shoulders, and so like what you do is like because you can't put your hands in your pockets, that looks unprofessional, and they have like a fucking super no rule against that. You would like use your thumbs to kind of like grab your belt and kind of like coil it behind, and like use your finger to kind of like prop it up a little bit, like on your belt line with your hands. Like imagine like if you're in a western, and like you're holding your belt buckle,
Yeah,
like kind of like that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Why do you during sleep, like, or just to stand? Like, what do you
No,
mean?
just to like
Why would you
stand
do that?
because
Okay,
yeah, just
I
to
gotcha.
stand and like just